Warning, this podcast has some swears in it.
I'd rate it PG-13 at most, but let's just be on the safe side and say viewer discretion is advised.
Here's the sample.
Oh, hey, sick. Let's check that out. Damn, that's tough. I'm already like 5 seconds in. I'm like, damn, this is sick.
Ooh.
Yeah, I dig that. That's sick. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Hey everyone, you're listening to the Heroes Blade Vibe Check radio show. I'm your host, Johnny Mardu.
And I'm DJ Space Girl. Let's get on to the news.
Maybe 4 players is the best way to play Commander? A Commander meetup nearly ended in tragedy when a pod consisting of Azula, Cunning Usurper, Noctis Heir Apparent, and an Ishin and Obosh companion deck ended explosively.
The opposing 2 Voltron decks could not stand the onslaught of Star Athlete and Combustion Man attacking, doubling their triggers when Ishin took the table. A player was noted to take 18 damage rather than sacrifice their Orochi Soul Reaver.
As the game winded down, one of the opponents said, "This was bullshit," and nearly left on the spot. The allure of another game tempted them back, only to have a similar result occur the following game. We'll update you more as we get interviews with eyewitnesses.
In other news, local gamers Atali Primal Storm Commanders returned to hand with an onboard seal of removal, despite a player earlier in turn order casting and attempting to copy a Hit the Motherload while in possession of an Academy manufactor.
The resulting explosion of value was, frankly, pornographic. We can't talk about it in too much detail before the censors get the show canceled, so we'll see you next episode.
Time to raise your blades, heroes.
And check some vibes.
It's the Heroes Blade Vibe Check.
Okay, so anyway, I lied about who or what the guest was going to be. As it turns out, when you reach out to people, the stars align, and you get another guest before the new year is out. So Sons,
the mountain man himself comes down from the wilderness and deigns to give you his time, and we have in the studio with us today, Sons. What's good?
Hello.
Man?
Oh my gosh, so many things are good. I'm so excited to be here. Hi everyone. I'm Sons. Should I give like a tiny intro of myself, or should we just?
Well, yeah. Like, who are you?
Tell the people about who you are and what you be getting into and all that.
All right.
Florida man for me, basically.
Florida. You know? Well, all right. So I'm from Kansas, not Florida. So let's get that. I'm Sons or Samuel. I've played Magic for a number of years. I used to write articles for Tapped Out. So I did that for a while. That's probably like the only place where people would really know me, because I'm not like on Magic Twitter that often, but otherwise I'm floating around some random discords. Big fan of this pod and LCP and many of the other ones, but yeah, I love EDH, and my biggest thing is Boros, and that's what we'll talk about. That's what I'll want to talk about later, but yeah, otherwise big fan of you guys. Been playing with Quinn
quite a while,
specifically for quite a while. Yeah, I think we met through maybe Lenny.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Lenny.
Yeah, shout out to Lenny. I've also been playing with Lenny since the pandemic, so yeah.
I was gonna say, it seems to be a thing. Dracolushian reached out, and we're planning to eventually have him on, and it was like, hey, so how did you all meet? How did we meet? What's going on? And I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't know. Like, my mentality is like Lexicon reached out. Pretty sure it was like Matt reached out to me and was like, hey, come on. And then Lenny was Lenny was there, as he is wont to do, is just be in these spaces. And then Quinn showed up eventually, and I was like, I don't know about that one. Like, Lenny reached out or whatever. I don't know the exact order of operations there, but usually if you are within, as I've been saying, geosynchronous orbit with some of these characters that we know through Magic, you're gonna know more people via Lenny or Quinn or whoever. Also, let me get this Mexican Coke open. Sorry, I just gotta...
Oh, hell yeah. Crack that one for us.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
All right, hold on. I don't know how it's gonna sound because like I'm trying to open this bottle. There we go.
That sounded really good. That sounded really
Yeah,
good.
that was perfect.
Sorry. Oh, well, bottle caps lost. Don't know where that went. That's gonna go
fuck,
become
dude,
someone's
that's money.
Fallout currency. That's cold hard cash. But yeah, like the unfortunate part of all this, Sons, is that we haven't had a chance to play more. And part of that is just like, damn, I don't got the time or whatever. Like, we're in the middle of Christmas too, and that's the other fortunate thing is like you're like, I got time, and Quinn's like, lock this man in. We need him in the booth. Like, we need to get this started. And I'm like,
I love it. I love it. We got some games in though, and you. I'm looking at. So I write down all my games, starting this year, and we got. You got to see my Olinda deck and my Neheb deck. So, yeah, we got like at least 3 games in, so that was exciting.
yeah. We'll compare notes between my spreadsheet and your spreadsheet.
Really? Mine's not a spreadsheet. It's on a piece of paper, so it's harder to.
Oh, okay. Well, the real open the game journal of Magic games, like, dear diary.
Yeah.
Today, this fucking bullshit happened.
Today I played one of my heroes, Cole.
Oh my god, please.
That's what I wrote.
Oh, you. Ever the charmer.
So, let's go through upkeep.
Yes.
Obviously, hey, guest son's going to be a very exciting, fun episode. Also,
yeah.
by the way, thank you for coming in, despite feeling a bit under the weather.
Yeah, I've been sick for like 2 weeks.
What the fuck, dude?
And so, like, it was like finals week. I'm a high school teacher, and so like finals week, I was sick the whole time, and I was just like, fuck it, you're gonna have a passing grade, whatever. And then,
yeah, sure. Mercy,
and then, like,
mercy.
I was sick through most of like all of our Christmas celebrations, just kind of like soldiered on. And then like the day after Christmas, I died, and then it's been like wasted away.
and like
for 2
Jesus himself, you're back.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, thank you for coming through. So again, like we said, I think last episode, we're gonna be doing proper New Year's stuff next episode once like it's actually the new year, which by the time this episode comes out, it will be. I did go back and I went back and I listened to the New Year's Rezzies episode for 2025. So spoiler alert, I'm still at like 40 decks like I was last year, and the number was supposed to go down and I failed. So we'll have to re-examine that one.
Yeah, we are absolutely going to get our asses next episode with these Rezzies.
I also find it very funny that if we look at the prior New Year's Rezzies for 2024 as well, I'm calling you out right now, Quinn. You were like, we need to get more 2-mana pieces of removal, but the blinged out printings, and I don't know what happened there. That got thrown out like the window the minute 2025 hit, and you were like, it's time to shift gears and
yeah, all I play is equipment decks now.
It's gonna be flexible. It's gonna be flexible.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be next episode. Gonna be very interesting to go back and see what happens there. So let's talk about video games, huh? Sons, in your time that you've been sick and off on work and everything, has there been any video games or media, like a show or a movie or whatever, that you've been watching or playing recently?
Let's see, video games. All right, so this is gonna sound really nerdy, but I play like kind of older games usually, and I've been playing a lot of nerd. Right, I've been playing. It's not that old, but Battlefield 1, which is like it's a shooter game.
Hell yeah!
But it's the World War One version, and it's like the only AAA World War One game, and it is so great. It's amazing. It's so immersive. People are still playing it. I think it's from like 2016 or something.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
And yeah, people are still playing that, and so my brother and our friend and I will get on, and we call it like let's go on an offensive, and so we'll like and like we're like the Austro-Hungarian Empire, like fighting the Russians or whatever.
We gotta go on an offensive. Get them. Yeah,
we're like, come on, lads, for king and
Up in the
country.
text chat, bro. We gotta go on an offensive. You trying to?
That's literally what we say. That's literally what we say. and then if we can't go, we're like, the weather isn't right, or like, or like, we're bogged out on a secret mission because he's like seeing his girlfriend or something. Like,
Oh yeah, the full roleplay experience
I'm like,
here, of just being like,
yeah, he's fraternizing with the enemy.
I got trench foot. I'm sick of it, or something like that. You know?
Yeah, like we didn't play on Christmas because it was the Christmas truce. Like, yeah, that's like this whole whole thing now. That's the video games I've been playing. Shows. Again, pretty nerdy. Like, I'm a history teacher, so like, you know, you're gonna see a theme here. But I watched I think it's Netflix. It's called Death by Lightning.
Never heard of that, but let's take a look here.
Yeah, hold on. Is it Death by Lightning or Struck by? Yeah, Death by Lightning.
Yeah, Death by Lightning. Yeah.
It's like a 4-episode, like a mini series, and I love me a good mini series, you guys. About like President James A. Garfield and the man who, spoiler alert, kills him, Charles Guiteau.
Oh shit.
And so, I mean, it's history. We already know that.
Well, I mean, you would know
James,
more than me.
right.
I have no fucking clue. I don't pay
All
attention
right,
to
so
that.
James Garfield gets shot. Okay, he's like.
Spoil alert for like American history or whatever. But...
Spoiler alert for history. I say that all the time. Where we're like in class and I'm like talking about World War II. I'm like, all right, spoiler alert, America wins, and then and everybody's like, oh. But anyway, the show it's like 4 episodes. It stars, who is that? Matthew McFadden and Michael Shannon. And they're both really excellent in it. And it's just about these two men and why, like, the circumstances that like cause one guy to kill another. And it was really well done. It was really like snappy editing. Like, it was really like entertaining. At the same time, it was like pretty like historically accurate, and you started getting
right. Yeah, I find the like, hey, spoiler alert, this thing happened in American history, and then you also say, yeah, it was like really entertaining. Like, you know, it was entertaining watching this dude get blown away.
No. Yeah, but it's true. Like, it's actually a really great show that I recommend. Nick Offerman is in it as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nick Offerman's in there. I'm like,
that's probably the biggest name besides Michael Shannon. But yeah, it's like, I didn't really know, even as a historian, I didn't really know anything about it, because it really is like, you know, just a not as well known story, and it kind of shows me that like we need more little historical miniseries because there's so much cool shit that ever happened.
I mean, okay,
so true.
And we need to be making more shows about history, you know.
I know that there's sort of like this I don't know necessarily if it's like a running joke or whatever, but it's like, you know, white boys who hyperfixate on one specific, like, battle in history or like a war or whatever, right? And nothing best exemplifies that than like my friend's 3 older brothers who will stand there in the living room talking about a battle that occurred, they're like in 1745 or whatever, like they're like actually in this random European war that happened like several hundred years ago,
right?
This thing happened, and I'm just sitting there like, why the fuck do you guys know this? And it's just, yeah, this the white boy hyperfixation. There might be like some autism involved or something, like we don't know. But
yeah, they stored that information where you were keeping Magic the Gathering rules text.
It's
yeah,
true.
I'm like, I've chosen my lane, and like I'm pretty good, you know, I can be pretty flexible, but they're just like, this is what I got. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, they know all of that, and you know what Corey Steelcutter says by heart.
No, I fucking don't. that's your thing. That's you.
Yeah, that's mine.
Don't project that on me. I don't.
You know
I
what
didn't ask for
Bledrick says
this.
by heart. Every one of his keywords.
So then, I'm thinking with such a saturation of such knowledgeable historians that I'm actually surprised that there aren't more miniseries. Not just of like, you know, like obviously this is like a political assassination miniseries, but it's like it would be interesting to see what other kinds of like crazy little things like they made when they made the Tetris movie, which I still haven't seen yet, but I really do want to. Where it's like, hey, this thing, regardless of the exact context in regards to the world, it's like hey, this thing happened in sports. Let's do a 4-episode miniseries on it. And it could probably all these things do gangbusters. But then you said Netflix, and then I had the fear of God be put in my heart because I'm like, oh, they're gonna remove that by like next year.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, watch it now before it's gone forever. Like I don't know where they go.
Well, it's not like the Disney Vault where they bust it out every once in a while. And they're just like, all right, hit the emergency button. We need Frozen to be released again. Frozen live action. Here you go. We're like, we didn't ask for this. Stop.
They just jettison everything else. Like,
yeah, just you want Snow White? You want Peter Pan? Fucking go nuts.
but yeah. Anyway, Death by Lightning, good show. Pretty like you get a good sense of like the history and what's going on. Recommended.
Cool. All right, I dig that.
What about you guys?
Quinn, Final Fantasy stuff. What's going on?
In my quest to experience all of the Final Fantasies and rank them on their Summoner roleplay experience, I have finished Final Fantasy X and updated my sheet, and that gets an S ranking in the Summoner roleplay experience category. Fucking whips. I wasn't sure in the beginning, but by the end, you like, I'm the baddest bitch there is. I'm the Grand Summoner, and
It's
like,
true.
even if the player character is Titus, you're still like, I'm that bitch when you go and get all of the Aeons with Yuna. So like, yeah, that's pretty high on the Summoner roleplay experience.
I was
Also,
gonna say
kaiju
it seems
battles.
like you chugged like through this game pretty dang quick. Like,
Yeah, I think it was like 2-ish weeks or something like that.
yeah, which is like I felt like whenever we were talking about Final Fantasy 12, I think.
Yeah, we
like,
spent a lot longer of a time getting to about the same amount of time spent in game in Final Fantasy 12, which like speaks to the experience. I guess we were just like locked in on 10 and did not have that same level of dedication to 12.
yeah, gotcha.
Can I ask, are you playing them out of order?
Oh, so this is
Yeah,
severely
I'm
out of
playing
order.
them to whatever fucking strikes my fancy.
Okay. I I didn't
like,
know. Like, is there a good order to play them in? Like,
Oh yeah, there is
Well,
not. You just play them whatever you want.
Like
Like
Quinn
whoever
is
has the
being a
coolest guy on the cover.
okay.
pure wild child over here. Like Final Fantasy cards get previewed, and Quinn's like, "Oh, I think I'll play this one." And then I'm like hyping up 16, and Quinn and I are like, "I guess we better play like 16." And that's like where I stopped. Like effectively, I'm like, "Well, I got my fill of Final Fantasy for the near future. Maybe I'll like play Strangers of Paradise. I'll replay like 7 Remake or whatever." And Quinn's like, "So, in my back pocket, in my 1990s like bell-bottom jeans with like elbow fucking deep pockets, I'm gonna pull out my Game Boy SP and I'm gonna play Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Through the Ages or whatever the fuck it's called." And then
It's the Dawn of Souls printing, actually.
okay, excuse me. Then you're gonna
But
play.
I
You're
am
gonna
playing
open
that
up
on
your
my Game Boy Advance SP. You are correct.
and then on your computer on one screen you got Final Fantasy 16 loaded up, and then on another screen you got FL Studio open with whatever Final Fantasy game being played underneath that. And then you're like, hold on, I'm gonna bust open my PSP, check this shit, Final Fantasy 4, let's fucking go. And then you're like,
I'm
oh
playing
wait,
4
Final
on
Fantasy
Nintendo
8.
DS, actually.
Wow, see, look at this flex. Like, you can't be stopped. Out of
It
control.
can't be
You just
stopped.
keep
I
walking
am
into
out of
it.
control.
Yeah, just
I'm fucking having a lot of fun with all these. The thing that I wanted to do was like I played Magic the Gathering after playing, well, while I was playing 16, obviously, because that's my main love. And we just like, damn, Magic the Gathering has a really good Summoner roleplay experience. Does that compare to the Summoner roleplay experience offered in the games themselves? And so I had to play every fucking one of them to see how they stack up to how Magic the Gathering does.
yeah. I you know, again, from someone from the out looking in, I'd say for the most part they did a pretty bang up job.
Yeah,
doing
sure
all
ribs.
that. Turns out video games are good.
They are fucking good. Speaking of other Final Fantasies, though, I'm finishing Final Fantasy 1, almost done with that. We're in the final dungeon. I fought the final boss, Garland, who shows up as Chaos there, like we saw the backside of the card finally.
Chaos.
For the first fucking time in that game, I'm actually having trouble, so I have to go and like grind some more or something. Or maybe I'm just like not using the correct techniques, but I thought I had it right. So we're gonna give that another shot.
All right. In my corner of the world, I was playing the Outer Worlds 2, but because of how busy everything has been, I haven't been able to like really sit down and properly finish it. I'm pretty sure I'm getting up to like the end game, where you know we're gonna go to the big climactic sci-fi finale where we're gonna be saving the galaxy or whatever. Been having a lot of fun, like doing like a space cowboy run with like nothing, just pistols running around just shooting people. Pretty great. Laying down the law or whatever. I re-downloaded Baldur's Gate 3 on a whim. Don't ask me why. I got something in the brain and I need to get it out of me.
Normal.
I will once again get to Act 3 before Quinn will. And I had this idea, and it's very like loose concept stuff, and I know Missy was interested in and was like, oh, maybe we should do that, or we should look into it. And I don't know if we do it on Lexicon or not, but I really want to somehow take Missy and you, Quinn, and whoever else happens to come along with us as we journey to Baldur's Gate Act 3 together.
We will never make it to Act 3.
Well, we're doing it with or without you, so I guess, you know, whatever, but we'll find out. Will that ever happen? Fuck, who knows? We're MTG Lexicon. We got 20,000 backlogged ideas that will never come to fruition. And then, the benevolent, Saint Nick / Saint Benoit himself, gifted a small group of us games via the Steam sale going on right now. And I don't know why, because initially I had Divinity Original Sin 2 on my wish list, despite the fact that I like played a bunch of it off my girlfriend's account. And I have access to it, so like technically I don't need it, but he bought it for me. I'm like, I already have this game. He's like, cool, take Neo 1. And I'm like, yeah,
Action
sure.
Souls like be upon ye.
I guess I gotta go play Neo 1 now. Sweating bullets over here.
You gotta fucking lock in.
I know Medusa got fuck, what's that Greek
Hades.
roguelike? Yeah, Hades. Yeah, thank you. I don't know what Light got. But yeah, very generous. Thank you very much.
Extremely, yeah. Shout out to Benoit.
Ignored that completely, and then I bought Bounty Star: The Morose Tale of Graveyard Clem, and started playing that instead. It's like a mech game. It's like a more grounded Armored Core with like guns and knives and an upgradable mech and everything. And I was like, and there's like farmer sim shit going on. I haven't played a whole lot, but I'm like, cool. Let's check more into that, I guess. I kept an eye on it for a while, and I saw it was 20% off. I'm like, it's time to go grab this and play more mech games, because I love doing that.
Okay.
So hey, yeah,
you're like building your armor and like your weapon systems.
So like it's like hey, do you got the schematics, and like what's your like building level, which you upgrade, I guess, over the course of the game. And then you got like a melee weapon, a ranged weapon. You might have like subsystems. You need to get like there's a heating rating where if you overheat, you stop working, or certain things get better while other things get worse. So it's a balancing act, and that stuff will like improve over the course of the game.
Okay, cool.
They gave you like the taste of power. They're like, hey, so this kit repairs your armor and also cools you down, but it's on a recharge, and you have like nearly 300 HP and all this other stuff. And then when the inevitable act of betrayal and the reason for your Western character's revenge plot to get kickstarted. You start off the game with 100 health, and your recovery items only go 3 times before you're out, and all this other stuff. And like they're like, oh hey, by the way, if you go out at high noon, your overheat rating is like over 50%, so you gotta watch that too. And I'm like, holy shit! Like, all right, damn. This game's got some tricks. It's gonna be interesting to see how it turns out. It seems like it has mixed like reception. Like, got a lot of praises in some categories, not a lot of praises in some other ways. I'm probably gonna like. I feel like I'm going to enjoy it because I've already enjoyed it so far. Voice acting's really good. I've had to describe it as a post-apocalyptic Western with farming. Well, I didn't mention the farming sim elements because I didn't learn about that until later. But it's like everyone speaks really well. Like, they don't just speak like generic like I'm a cowboy and blah blah blah. Like the really strong language. Like the characters really got personality. I'm like, damn, okay, cool. Gonna be interesting to see where this goes. So be playing more of that later. So yeah. Video games done. Let's go into the vibe checks.
All right.
Sons,
Yeah,
do you got one for us?
I've got one for us.
Okay.
Based on what I understand about the vibe checks. All right. I've got...
Which is everything and nothing. So
Well, it's the Heroes Blade vibe check, so I assume we wanted a legendary creature to hit the battlefield to equip automatically.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Mhm.
And get what, +3/+2?
Yep,
Mhm.
that's exactly what it does.
So the legend that I have for us today is Balamachus Lorehold. Have you heard of him?
Oh,
or
come
her.
on.
Have I heard of her? She's 5, a red and a white for a 5/5 legendary creature, Elder Dragon. So we got an Elder Dragon. Flying, Vigilance, and Haste. So we can put that, I don't know, we can put that power to use immediately.
Keywords wise, we're already out to the races. Like, this is great.
Yeah, she's kind of a beast. Whenever Lorehold attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You can cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to Lorehold's power from among them without paying its mana cost. Bottom library. Does this pass the vibe check?
Yes, moving on. Hello. Like,
I think giving the free +3 power to look that many cards deeper, not looking that many cards deeper, but like being able
Just
to
lets you
cast
grab.
a bigger spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into that.
yeah,
And it's free damage.
I've seen Velamachus only like a handful of times. Like, I've gotten to play it myself in a handful of decks. Never as a commander. But the doesn't whiff very often. Like, digging 7 deep
7
is like pretty huge.
It's pretty deep.
I built her as like an extra combat, like let's just go to Pound Town kind of thing.
Mhm,
And like,
yeah.
and it was like it was fun and it worked, and then I moved on with my life. But
Yeah.
You're like, well, that was a satisfying experience. So it's
Yeah,
time to-
Yeah, I mean, some relationships aren't forever, and that's fine.
this is the
Yeah.
first Boros Dragon, I think, ever.
Is that the case?
I think it's true.
Huh. Hold on. Let's my whole shtick from last night over in Lexicon. Jarvis, can you Scryfall that? Can you Scryfall that for me? Thanks.
Hey, there, somebody fact check that for me.
There's a couple other Boros Dragons. Like it's like
Well, yeah, but like
or something.
afterward,
But,
like
I think this is our first Boros Dragon.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure
Sweet.
Velamachus came out before. Yeah, Velamachus would have come out before Adult Gold Dragon. Because I think Strixhaven was the spring set, and then Adventure Through the Forgotten Realms came afterward for that summer. So yeah, that checks out. We
you're
could
correct, I
definitely
just
have
checked.
more. we could definitely have more very soon. You know,
That's true. Yeah. We'll see.
we'll take a look here. Okay. Quinn, what do you got for vibe checks?
This week I bring you a bad dad in the form of Jekt Reluctant Guardian. He's a legendary creature, human warrior for 3 and a black, and he's 4 power and 3 toughness with menace. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. And he turns into Braska's Final Aeon, which is a 7/7 with menace. And chapters 1 and 2 have each opponent discard a card and you draw a card. And chapter 3 has each opponent sacrifice 2 creatures of their choice.
Woof.
The thing about this is you really want to be able to deal combat damage before people can get set up with blockers. Because, like, menace is good, but people will try and get in the way to disrupt you getting to Braska's Final Aeon. So the move is to probably get him out there on turn 3 with a 2 mana ramp spell before that. And if you do that, you can't cast the Hero's Blade on turn 2. So it kind of like disrupts the Jekt on 3 curve. But if you play the Hero's Blade after you play Jekt and you make sure that you can get in for combat damage after having done that, then Braska's Final Aeon shows up and it's legendary. That'll pick up the blade just fine. So I think it's a maybe, depending on what the rest of your deck slots look like. I am probably going to put that in the deck.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know. He already has menace by default. It's pretty strong. Also, by the way, fuck you. What the fuck was that bullshit last night?
Oh man, I just needed to feel something,
Did you
and
crush him with that, dude?
I didn't win that game, but it was a
There was a lot of shit happening. Like, we're like, can we stop discarding cards? And Quinn said, no.
No.
And then
I'm just like,
it's
here's
hard.
Jekt. I flipped Jekt over. You try and remove Jekt, and you do successfully, but I've scammed him. So here's he is again. And I'm not paying commander tax, and we're going to combat. And I flipped him again, and now you have to discard again. Also, when he's been removed too many times, surprise, here's Akhlazatsu on attack trigger. Guess what? Discard.
I'm like, what the fuck? This is not ethical discard. This is fucking some horse shit.
Nobody
Fine,
said we were
boom.
going to be ethical.
This gamer's playing scams.
We just needed to make a more serious commitment to a discard deck, and we did that.
It's fucking brutal. It was brutal. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't keep this up.
I also
spooky.
played against Jack deck, and Quinn didn't win again. They had to be removed from the game.
Yes.
But it shredded my hand. I was just kind of sitting there doing nothing for a whole game. So
Yeah, when it comes to, again, agency denying stuff, we've talked about in the past.
As it turns out, what is that card that demands the discard of a card every upkeep, like Bottomless Pit or something like that? Hey, that's a stack
I don't know,
space.
yeah.
I basically put one in the command zone. That's fine. I'll own that.
What could possibly go wrong here? Yeah, it could have been more brutal, but I did find it was funny when Benji took your Jekt and then proliferated to the third thing, and you were like, well, I guess I'm scamming this guy back.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough. So yeah. So I got a couple for this episode, and it was very impulsive, because again, as I said earlier, when you're in geosynchronous orbit with Empress Quinn, you tend to just like be influenced or something. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna make an equipment deck. So what I'm offering
you're out here talking about Brea Ethereum Shaper. I'm going to make this 4-color equipment deck, and then you come out of the lab with Maria, Scholar of Antiquity. Explain myself.
Well, you see, I also had Gruul on the brain. I am still always thinking about that Gimli Mournful Avenger deck that I made a while ago, and the demands of what that type of deck asks for. But I'm like, no. And then I I kept looking at all these like red equipment spells that I had lying around, like red equipment matters spells, and I'm like, well, fuck, I can't put that in Imskir in the current build. What do I do with all this? And then Maria was like, hand on shoulder, what if you tapped your equipment for mana? I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because they a while ago, like I can't exactly remember when, I can't remember, it was last week or whenever Quinn and I were playing recently. Quinn's like, wait, holy shit, I can tap my equipment to pay for whatever the thing was. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think it was like waterbending costs with Yue, the Moon Spirit.
Yeah, you were like, holy shit. So Maria's from Dominaria United, Elf Artificer, 3/3 mana. Tap an untapped non-token artifact you control to add green, so we can't be using our treasures to do some bullshit here.
Oh.
And then tap 2 untapped non-token artifacts you control to exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. So play your equipment, and then whether or not they're equipped or not, you can tap them to add mana to pay for their equip costs to put them on other creatures. And then later you can start tapping them to exile cards at the top of your library for more equipment. Now, does Maria herself pass the vibe check? I mean, if she's going to be the engine of holding your swords, then like, yeah, inevitably she'll pass the check. In any other context, no, but fuck it, I'll do it anyway.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm going to talk about the deck a bit later in more detail. But now we look over at Brea Ethereum Shaper, which again, big question mark on if she really needs it. Like, she does get to 7 power, which is like pretty great. She doesn't have any naturally built-in evasion, but with my recent experiences in the last year, not just involving artifacts, but also involving equipment, I'm just like thinking, I'm like, maybe it is time for me to make a non-green deck and make bubbly Mardu happen with equipment.
All right.
Are the old commanders that were once like the boogeymen of our format, are they like so back? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well,
I just played against a Brea deck.
They might be so back is the thing. It's just like, what are you gonna do? Complain about Brea when somebody puts the fucking new 2020? Like, if somebody casts a VV Orniteer from their command zone, you're gonna complain about Brea? Like, go to bed.
Look,
That's what I'm
okay.
talking about. Yeah.
Let's go to highly controversial website edhrec.com and look at the top.
You can be so much worse now. It's fucked.
No, like this is the greed that they talk about in the Bible, of all the genetically engineered commanders that get injected into the format every calendar
like
year.
You're in the club talking about how sick your fucking Momir Vig deck. Somebody is casting Sephiroth against you.
Yeah, like, so if we're looking at
they're on Fleshbag Typo.
Top 50 decks right now, like top 50 popular commanders, Brea is number 45. But
Really?
let's talk about what has displaced like even our top things here. Like,
Oh Lord.
all right, Pantlaza was not new. That was from 2023, but Pantlaza is ranked 7. Y'shtola is ranked 10. The Wise Mothman is ranked 13.
Oh, God.
Miss Bumbleflower, number 18. Ululek, 19. VV, 20. We are the old heads, the quote unquote Commander old heads.
Yeah.
Looks at 2018 Commander old head. We still got those ones still kicking around in these top spots. They've always been pretty powerful. Like Geshath, Muldrotha, Animar, even older from like 2011 or whatever it was. Like, still obviously very popular, very strong. There's a reason why their numbers are so high. But a lot of things are slowly being pushed out, as like the likes of Kefka Court Mage is in 52 and Sephiroth Favorable Soldiers at 58. And like, I'm looking at Atla Polani at 57, and I'm like, no, Atla, watch out. Sephiroth's going to stab you with his sword. No, Atla has her AirPods in. Oh, no, she can't hear me.
She can't hear me.
Al is over
so-
here saying, yeah, I'm the fucking boogeyman. Yeah, I'm gonna drop free Eldrazi into play. Girl, none of these people that are ranked higher than you give a single fuck.
No,
Cloud
the-
X Soldier is coming for you, dude.
yeah, like Firelord Azula fucking coming in,
She is
breaking
forking Doomblade all game. You're not having shit, my guy.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Like Azula being a brand new card, the Avatar set hasn't been even out for what, a month and a half or whatever. She's already at rank 70, and she's gonna keep climbing. And, like she's higher than Atraxa Grand Unifier. Nim Mizzet Perun fucking wishes. This man is on watch as we speak. You know, like that is how fucking batshit insane.
Every
These
legend.
like. Yeah.
Every
Yeah, it's
legend
all
is.
fucked up.
And once every legend is crazy, no one will be.
So anyway, bring Rafik back.
Yeah, you know what? Like, just
Bring,
fucking
time.
bring
Suit him up
bring
again.
Narset back.
Like Brea still being top 50 is like pretty good and everything. And I wouldn't be, you know, I'm not gonna be afraid to be like, yeah, people are gonna fucking auto target me because they're like, I don't give a shit that you're playing an equipment build with Brea. You're still playing Brea, which means you still have ways to fuck with me, and I just have to kill you. And you know what? Yeah, fair enough. I hear you.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
But in terms of surface level stuff, yeah, sure, I'd say she passed the check. I'll find out in the future once I get a deck list together and get that shared. I don't know when that's going to happen. I do have that really fancy printing that they re-released in Modern Horizons 3, so I'm going to be grabbing that at some point. But yeah.
Gamers, I need your suggestions in the comments below about which piece of equipment is the Master Sword so that I can flavor Rafik as Link, Hero of Hyrule, before the secret lair gets to it.
The Battle Hammer. Behemoth Sledge.
Behemoth
Hot soup.
Sledge? Hot soup. Okay. All right.
We got options. This is where the comment section would be if we had any.
Damn.
I'm not disappointed.
Y'all slacking, bro. Not
Like,
YouTube,
what?
but like the comments.
Normally, like we got
It's
something,
the
you know.
holidays. Let them chill.
Let them
Alright, it's
chill.
fine, it's fine.
Listen,
This
if
one.
they got time to emotionally subject themselves to their family gatherings where shit is gonna go down, they can take the time to like send a comment out. But meantime, hey Quinn, let's hit that DJ Space Girl track.
Let's go.
Yeah, sure. What the fuck is up, Spacelings? DJ Space Girl coming to you live from the banks of the Moonflow River. And let me tell you, the fireflies are fucking stunning in the evening sun. This week, I got a track for you about a sports boy from a faraway land and the Grand Summoner who couldn't help but fall in love with him. This is Boy from Xanarkand. Alright, let's rock. New staple, no flex slash, shadow when we hit, cause I hit him with the jack shot, sipping out bed shots, mixing up the mighty G. Blowing loud, yeah, we rolling up the gospel greens, yeah, we take initiative, never catch me lack. Based on the team, yeah, we picking up the slack. Hey, I got a tip now, before we fade to black. But if you whistle, baby, I'll be back, talk to him, you know. I love you, and I'll do the best I can. Left a piece of my broken heart with that boy from Xanarkand. Still killing with the Brotherhood blade. Star player in the Xanarkand games. Still killing with the Brotherhood blade. Star player in the Xanarkand games. Still killing with the Brotherhood blade. Star player in the Xanarkand games. Still killing with the Brotherhood blade. Player in the Xanarkand games. I love you, and I'll do the best I can. Left a piece of my broken heart with that boy from
I feel like a new man.
Yeah, I feel rejuvenated, you know.
Yeah, the hymn of the faith has that effect on people.
Woo.
Sick, yeah. All right. So let's go.
What's in creative media?
Kristen Gregory.
Hell yeah.
So she's had a couple articles out since the last episode, and I triple checked because like she's you know, she and her partner are still moving in, and she's managed to she actually showed up on Cass Hines' stream the other day, like at the beginning of this huge day-long stream that Cass was doing. So maybe I'll see if I can grab the link for that too, like for the VOD, because I just think they had a really good interview, and they were both like, "I love you and your work," and they're like, "I love you and your work." I'm like, "Oh, this is fucking great, love that." So Kristen's got a couple articles here. The most important new Commander cards of 2025, of which there are quite a spectrum of cards going over things in white, like token doublers or redundant effects that have been being printed. Brand new spectrum, not of just commanders, but like new, very powerful precons that we've seen this year, including stuff from Final Fantasy, Edge of Eternities, and Tarkir Dragonstorm. New redirect spells, new mana dorks in red, and so on and so forth. So they've done a lot of good this year in retrospect, and I hope that they continue it for 2026, including finishing land cycles like the Tangle and Bicycle lands. Please and thank you for me personally.
It's cool.
You've been doing great work on that so far, sweetie. Keep it up.
And then her other article, which I think I'll just share the title and we'll leave it at that. That Universes Beyond is the future of Kindred decks. Make of that what you will. But I feel like she's spitting though.
I mean, judge an article by the title, but then read it. Like, maybe not make of it what you will.
You know,
maybe
like
read it.
like how we read Magic the Gathering cards and immediately judge them on the spot when we should maybe sit down and play with them.
Just by their name.
We look at the art and then we're done. We do not read the text box.
We listen and do not judge or something. I don't fucking know.
And despite the guy having
out loud
wings in the art, what do you mean that has flying?
Yeah, just like what the fuck. So we'll I got another thing here that we did actually miss last episode, and this is something, I don't know, I pay attention to the people on the Commander format panel because obviously, despite the changing of hands with the old RC handing it over to Wizards and Gavin Verhey to be like, hey, you are the new stewards of the Commander format panel. They finally started, they did the bracket system with the game changers and everything starting this year, which is fucking bananas to think about still, that it only just happened this year. They are doing a shakeup. Some people are either voluntarily or they're whatever, regardless of circumstances. Some people are off the panel, and some people are being added, some of which I recognize and some of which I don't. Noticeably, Tomer, Budget Commander, is being added to the panel, which, I don't know, feels like a home run. Dude's got a monumentally good grasp on Commander. Kristen and Charlotte aren't part of it anymore, which I am sad to see. These two have put in so much work as part of the CAG, and obviously here now. They are absolute brainwaves when it comes to this format as well. And while that's changed, that stuff changes, it doesn't change the fact that they're still here, coming around, playing games with us, answering your judge questions in Charlotte's case and so on. So I do encourage people to like keep an eye out on this stuff, even if maybe you're not tapped into like who's who in the broader Magic community or in content creation space. Like, who really knew who was on the rules committee back then? Like, people are like, oh, it's a shadowy cabal. Like, no, they just don't have social media. Fucking relax, So yeah, it's a different game. Like, it's obviously everything's changed, and like having names and faces to be like, hey, these are the people who were working on the format panel and they're getting paid for it. Woohoo. Just always keep an eye on that stuff, even if you're not really involved, like just to know what's going on. It's the same thing when they're like, hey, this thing isn't a game changer anymore. And you're like, what the balls? I can't ring up Kristen or Charlotte anymore and be like, hey, what the fuck?
Jinkataxis, I despise you.
Yeah, can't believe this.
It's so hard to know who to hate on Twitter when they're always rotating like this, dude. Like,
well, you see the real one. You see the real ones that you want to hate on are the ones who are only on Twitter and not on Bluesky.
Damn.
It's true though. Let's come on. Get off social media. It's bad for your health.
for real.
Sons, what do you got here for recommendations or links? or
Yeah,
whatever?
so some content that I've been consuming recently. Okay, so a couple YouTube channels for your consideration. We got Base Deck Department, like a YouTube channel with like 40K subscribers, and he's got videos on like the art and craft of deck building.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like rethinking some of our like templates and different ways to like construct decks that I thought were like really interesting. And basically just trying to like make decks that aren't super lame and decks that are cool. So I think like
Hell yeah.
I don't know, this is I don't think they're for everyone, like the tone that they set, but I've been enjoying their content anyway. And then the second one is Salubrious Snail, or Alex, on YouTube. Also,
I
a
bring
really
up
cool
that
channel.
guy every once
Have
in
you
a
heard
while
of them?
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Salubrious Snail. The guy. You know him, right?
The snail. He's got 90K subscribers. Really cool EDH ideas. And like there's a lot of cool deck text that he'll like explain his decks. And also kind of like cool like deck building ideas and.
I've liked his community review episodes recently because it gets you're like, okay, we know what he likes to build. What do other people like to build? And you're like, wait a minute, what are people fucking doing in here? It's fucking batshit. Give me that.
He's got a really pleasing voice that I like to listen to, and like, I don't know, like, he's just got a good voice. There's no other way to say that. And like one concept, like just one hint of a concept that I'll give you that I learned from Snail is having like a counterweight commander where he has a whole deck, a whole 99 set to do something, and then the commander does the exact opposite to like balance the deck out. So you spend like the whole game doing one thing, and then your opponents will react to that and start playing differently, and then your commander comes down and takes advantage of the fact that your opponents have been like acting differently. So it's kind of like a really cool like 1-2 punch and not something that I'd always really considered.
Much to think
now,
about.
Yeah, now I'm looking out for like a deck that I can build that can then house a counterweight commander. So that's a cool concept. So definitely cool food for thought from Salubrious Snail. Go check him out.
Yeah, that's interesting as fuck. It makes me think a lot about my fairies deck, actually. Except the commander's the distraction and the fairies is the main game plan.
Yeah.
And people expect their board to get wiped, and so they don't commit to the board as much, which makes it easier for me to get in with my fairies.
Nice. Okay, that's smart. Yeah.
Damn you, Toxrill. Damn you. So yeah, go check that out. Base Deck Department. I guess I gotta go take a look at that. I'm seeing one of the thumbnails with Tariel Reckoner of Souls. So I'm
Yeah.
already more interested than I was at the start. So
All right.
I ditched my $6,300 Azula deck for a $200 build. Well, that is
Why did
quite
you
the fucking.
$6,300 on
That's a
commander
that's
deck
a lot
at
of
all?
dollars.
And so that
What
is
are you
4
doing?
figures. We got some OG duels in there probably, and God knows
Probably
what
the
the fuck.
full Grixis mana base, the fetches, the duels, the shocks, the triumph.
Maybe that's part of their learning journey, and that's
Is that
that's
you
what
don't need all
like
of
we
that?
should support.
Jeez,
them
I could have
on.
told you that.
Yeah, let's stop cooking them.
Like as an example, and someone in our playgroup recently wanted to make that 4-color / 5-color Aang as a ally commander deck.
Mhm.
And he's not against proxying, but his immediate impulse was to be like, okay, so this is what my mana base has got to be. I'm like, okay, even if you weren't going to be buying these lands, which you're not going to, but I'm like, you do not need every single fetch land and every single triumph and everything. Like we can work with a much more flexible mana base. And I'm like, and also, okay, your creature's sweet and whatever, it could be changed up, but it's like, you don't need to immediately jump the gun and put a bunch of fetch lands and stuff in your mana base. Like, you don't need to do that. You can work your way up to it there eventually or whatever, but,
If your commander is green, you can just fix with the sorceries that you ramp with, and you'll be fine.
And even if you're not playing green, you can still do that if you're just built different.
Well, yeah, anyway.
No, you're not. You play fetch lands. You are equally as sinful.
Oh.
I will not hear it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
not ending up with $6,300 decks.
Yeah, well, price point's still a pretty penny if you look under a microscope. All right, let's get on to Brews Off the Shelf, aka we are going to be talking about cards that we like from each set in 2025.
Let's go.
Sons, thanks for joining us last minute, offering your own stuff here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Your own choices. I copied and pasted from the lists that we gave each other. I left Quinn to figure out how to like narrow everything down here. And then I think some of the sets, we're a little light on, but we don't need to go too deep into it. So let's go over each set for 2025, starting with Aether Drift, the one set that people are still finding cool shit in.
Hell yeah. My first fave from Aether Drift is stock up, of course, the 3 mana sorcery look and put. Love me some cards that let me look at the top X and put cards into my hand and put the bottom somewhere else, or put the rest somewhere else.
What was the thing that you told? What was your post recently about with like stock up and all that other stuff?
Something about in the club casting stock up to cast to find something, and you're just like, can you just win the game already? Okay, here it is. In the club,
I'm
casting
gonna go
impulse to find stock up, to find drawn from dreams, to find ancestral memories, to find dig through time.
I'm like, please, just you don't
Just play a
stop,
tutor.
play the game. Oh yeah,
Cole's like, please just win the game for the love of God. Me, I swear, I'm looking. It's in here. You are dying to black mages.
No, you're not. I'm blowing them up. I'm blowing them up and losing cards by blowing up your black mages. You're finding your stock up and dig through time variants. We are not the same. Stock up is kind of fucking nuts as an uncommon, and the more variable card advantage engines we get of just being like, yeah, look at the top X cards and grab 1 or 2, and that feels way better than just it like casting divination.
Yeah, green card draw got too good, so they had to step up blue.
Insane behavior. What other cards do you got, Quinn?
Far Fortune End Boss, my Rakdos girly, the leader of the End Riders from the plane of Gastal. Completely unnecessary flavor information. Anyway, she's a 2, a black, and a red for a legendary creature, human mercenary. She's a 4/5, and she's got starter engines, and whenever you attack, Far Fortune deals 1 damage to each opponent. And at max speed, if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +1 instead. She's a damage modifier that won't get you that won't get your shit rocked for playing Sulfim or whatever.
Yeah, I hear you. You're not immediately hitting Torbrand levels of like extra damage, and you're playing a legend that most people would be completely dismissive of. So you're like, cool. Max speed, beep beep.
Yeah, I think max speed fucking rules. I did actually theorize that there would be a like Far Fortune poison deck for the right nasty gamer, and then I did my research and I found somebody on Moxfield who had that deck, and shout out to her.
Oh, damn. All right. And let's just go through the last couple cards here.
Oh yeah, the last one, Crypt Color Chariot, my discard car, makes the zombies when I discard. We all are acutely familiar with that from me by now, I hope.
Yep, I've seen that a lot of times.
All right, and then my choice commander of the set is Ketramos, the New Dawn, my indestructible 3-mana menace, lifelink, and you can't attack or block unless you got a number of cards in exile, but whatever, dude. I'm casting the fucking demonic tutor that exiles the top 13. I'm casting a bunch of stuff that puts things into exile. I got 2 suspend spells to temporarily like run the numbers up on that. I got Graveyard Hate. Listen, we're gonna get there. It's also an incredible blink commander, and you're allowed to play Corpse Knight, so you can actually like end the game while you're storming. And
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got Ashen Rider to, do what Ashen Rider be doing.
All right, damn. All right, Sons, you offer I like the suite here. I do like what you got here. So let's go over it.
I got a small, I like this set. We've
Me
got
too,
just
dude.
some card advantage options here. We got Count on Luck. It's red for a, it's red for Phyrexian Altar. We've been begging for it.
We've been asking, pleading for that for
years.
And
here it
is,
baby.
It fucking rules. I absolutely adore it.
Yeah, it's just upkeep. You exile top card of your library. You can play it this turn. It's as simple as that. I think a lot of red decks will want to play it. It'll just be a consistent one more card to look at. Great time. I also really liked Risky Shortcut. It's kind of a read the bones a little bit. It's 2 and a black for draw 2 cards. Each player loses 2 life.
I absolutely adore this one in Y'shtola Knight's Blessed in particular. That cast triggers at Y'shtola, and then you burn them with the 2 damage from the card draw itself. You're already set.
Just the way that it's like, hey, I'm gonna draw cards, but everybody gonna be dragged down with me.
We're all going down together.
Like we're all going down together. It's got a lot of synergy for like, I don't know, anything that wants to see 3 opponents lose life. I'm thinking of like Belbay. Where it's just like, oh, I draw cards and then it'll trigger her later. So yeah, I like Risky Shortcut. I like how it's risky for everybody and not just you.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, we didn't take the shortcut. Like what?
Yeah,
that's a good
like
one.
I knocked you off the bouncing mushrooms on a Mario Kart level. That's how dangerous it is.
Yeah. And then my commander for the set is Ovia Automatic Artisan. She is 4 mana for 3 to green for a 1/2 human artificer. Each creature that's attacking one of your opponents has trample. Haven't really found that to be super relevant yet. But you can pay a green and basically Elvish Piper, put a creature or vehicle card.
The Elvish Piper technology is getting really fucking good, and I still just
cool.
like cannot figure out a deck to play them in.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I have played her as a commander, and she's pretty fun. It's not anything more complicated than spitting out a big stompy. But the fact that you can throw something out at flash, basically flash speed, is you can start getting pretty tricky with that in combat or on end steps. And when you have creatures that have like removal on them, you start being like a really resilient and tricky deck.
Oh yeah, you like, I'm gonna activate Ovia and put this Kogla into play, and we'll bounce some other inconsequential human to my hand and also kill your guy? Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of. She's pretty tricky that way. Yeah, a lot of the a lot of the legends in Aether Drift were pretty damn good, just overall. So this is going to be a mix of stuff from the main set and from the commander set, but let's start off with Explosive Getaway. Because, you know, we're talking about Boros, and obviously I like Boros cards. So this is one that everyone's been very dismissive of for a multitude of reasons, of just being like, I just wish it was... They're like, oh, I wish it was instant, or I wish it was one less mana, blah, blah, blah. But
I wish it was mono white.
3 red, white. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, wait a minute, this thing deals damage. Relax. 3 red and white for sorcery that says exile to 1 target artifact or creature. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Explosive Getaway deals 4 damage to each creature. This card has been, like, I feel like I'm flexing my brain muscles when I get to cast this spell. Being able to target your own things to either reset it, get a new ETB is one thing, and then dealing 4 damage. You get your damage increasers, or you have like Far Fortune or something if you happen to have this weird Mardu Aether Drift deck that doesn't exist. You could be dealing more damage to your opponent's stuff while only dealing 4 damage to your own. You can exile someone's problematic artifact and or creature for the duration of that turn. It'll come back at the end. So if it wasn't going to die to the 4 damage, you can still get rid of it while you, like, Boros Charm
I actually
your board.
do wish I had a Mardu Aether Drift deck, BT dubs.
Yeah, I do too, Arena. Where's my Sagan Raider Warlord, huh? Anyway, so we, you know, I've been casting the spell in a few different decks. Ones where obviously you want to reset your own stuff. Times where your opponent's stuff needs to be even reset or removed for that turn, especially if you can go for the win. So it does a lot of work. This next one, On Wings of Gold.
Oh yeah, this one's been pretty good.
It's from the Zombie Precon. Creatures you control that are zombies and or tokens get +1/+1 and have flying. It's by the way, it's 3 and a white for an enchantment. Whenever one of our cards leave your graveyard, create a 1/1 white zombie creature token. So for the legendary creature players who've been wanting that graveyard leaving tech, this is gonna be the card, maybe.
Maybe. They put it in white though. All of those decks are like a green, black.
No, there's a lot of Boros ones now because of Lorehold.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
so
Lorehold.
right.
The text there. I
Alright,
got
well,
this in Chico,
that's
and
for
it does way
somebody.
too much work. The final card I got here, to the surprise and shock of absolutely no one, it's Demonic Junker.
Oh, you.
Good old reads 1 black mana for a vehicle, but it's actually 6 in the black for a vehicle. With affinity for artifacts, when you crew to it, it's a 4/3. When this vehicle enters, for each player, destroy up to 1 target creature that player controls. If a creature you controlled was destroyed this way, you put 2/+1 counters on this vehicle.
Rude.
You just want to circumstantially blow up your thing? Sure, no problem. Do you just want to kill 3 other creatures you don't control? Yeah, that seems pretty good.
Do your opponents have commanders? Try Demonic Junker.
Do you have ways to scam your Demonic Junker by crewing it before it explodes? Then yeah, it seems pretty good. I've never fallen more in love with the card. I don't like vehicles, and then Demonic Junker said you like them now. So this thing has ended up in way too many decks. Will it show up in the Brea deck? Yes. My favorite commander of the set, perhaps unsurprisingly, but a card that I think most of us here enjoy. Captain Howler. This card is just pretty open-ended as a commander. If you're playing those is it plus whatever X colored discard decks, you can shove your Captain Howler in there too. Ward 2 and pay 2 life is pretty fucking rude. But I respect it more than just Ward 2 because you get to pay life for it. And being able to leverage your discard tech to draw more cards and punch harder. Pretty good. Captain Howler, what a guy. Pretty cool. Let's go to the cards that we collectively like from the set, and perhaps we can kind of maybe skim the list a bit or cut down on the explanations. But what I got here for us is the Speed Demon, Captain Howler again, unsurprisingly. Monument to Endurance, what a fucking bonkers card.
Queen's got too much value from that.
Yeah, and Magmakin Artillerist, because that's also a card. The discard tech is just way too good. Speed Demon as part of like the 99 or Commander, pretty good. Captain Howler, no brainer. Monument to Endurance.
Absolutely adore the Speed Demon.
Monument to Endurance, getting you an extra card, a treasure token, and or making your opponents lose 3 life.
And we all just watch it happen. Like I don't know what's wrong with us.
You didn't pack your fucking shenanigans. That's what.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And then Magmakin Artillerist, having cycling as well as just tech. To be like, hey, you discard cards, you deal 1 damage to your opponents for each of those cards. Like, yeah, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. Is that a common? I feel like it's a common.
Wait.
Question mark?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Insane stuff. Scyther Drift, pretty good set. Keep an eye out on some stuff because there could be some stuff swimming under the surface you don't know about. Let's go to Tarkir Dragonstorm. Who wants to go first?
Oh boy, this set, dude.
It's got some stuff.
I can go first. Let's not bury the lead. It's Elspeth Stormslayer. Like we know.
Lead the charge.
We know it's Elspeth Stormslayer. If she wasn't like freaking $40, maybe people would talk about her more. But she's a Planeswalker, 3 white, 5 loyalty. If one or more. She has 4 abilities, and that's like already this is too much. But she doubles your tokens, and then her +1 is create a token, so it's really create 2 tokens. +0, or I guess just 0. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. They each gain flying until your next turn.
What the fuck, man?
What the fuck?
The win the game button.
What the fuck?
The most commander playable ass fucking.
And it's 0.
Yeah.
If this card was designed even like 2 years ago, that'd be a -7. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Flying until your next turn, and then -3, destroy target creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater.
Yeah, whatever. The real stinker here. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
So she's kind of like, just like a weird like kind of mix up of Elspeth Sun's Champion, and that's like where I get like my gamer name from, like Sun's Champion. That's my favorite Planeswalker and character in the lore.
And a pretty good card too.
And yeah, still like really solid in EDH, like still like super playable in decks that just want to, just want fucking bodies.
Oh yeah, I cast an Elspeth Sun's Champion earlier this year.
Yeah, and me too. So yeah, this new Elspeth like really pays homage to that old one, and is also just kind of fucking bonkers.
Yeah, they gave her that 2025 juice.
Yeah. So
a little bit more. Holy shit, she's fucking snorting the halo. Like, what the fuck?
Also, she looks sick.
I need to see
she's
Elspeth
like,
hit a dragon punch.
She's like lightning coming off her wings and sword and like.
I am the storm that is approaching. Okay, Elspeth
and Tekken.
Oh my god. Yeah, so like that card is just bonkers. I don't know if we gotta go over any more than that.
Yeah.
No.
Tell me more about
nutty.
the next one.
Yeah. I also really liked Rock Curse Rakshasa.
There you go.
It's 2, 1 and a black for a 5/5 demon. It's got trample and decayed, so it's gonna die whenever you attack or block with it. But it's got this ability from the graveyard. You can pay X, black, exile this card from your graveyard, put a decayed counter on each of up to X target creatures. You can do that as a sorcery. So they're kind of messing around with the decayed ability and making it a counter, and then you can basically put it on your opponent's shit, so that it'll like die whenever they attack or block, and I just thought that was a really cool design. And yeah, you'll probably be punching in for 5 and then making their creatures kind of weak.
Yep. Pretty sick. Love that.
So I like how they're not being afraid to just take a keyword that they, even a new keyword, and just make it a counter to, just like for the hell of it.
Yeah, I think keyword counters were an incredible innovation for Mycoria, and I'm glad that they've continued to use that.
Yeah, I think we need a new way to deliver it. I think just some cool shiny counters that say it, or I don't know. But
yeah, something physical that we can use. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people have been making their own cool counters. And so that's actually been and maybe I'm just a little more plugged in than most into the Magic art world, but that's actually been a really cool way that artists have been making Magic the Gathering accessories, which is I've got my mask counter for my masquerade card or whatever it is.
The illicit masquerade.
Yeah, illicit masquerade. So there's actually a lot of I'm actually, even though I just said that, now that I'm talking, I'm kind of glad they haven't really made an official thing for it, because it's having a lot of space for just artists to kind of come up with creative ways to.
Well, yeah, that's
to denote that.
A friend of mine got these ability token dice that they encompass a pretty broad amount of hey, this is the flying token, this has trample, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
And they're not really good for webcam Magic. They're unfortunately too small, and it's written, it's not a symbol. But getting that's the other thing too. If we're trying to go for the most minimalist design possible, of hey, let's get a symbol that represents this effect. You got to know that it's everyone's going to be on board the minute that they look at it and be that is obviously a shield counter. Duh. Yeah. That is obviously haste, trample, flying, reach, etc.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to represent some of those. I know, Moxfield and Architect, in their playtester, they have those little things. They'll you can add a counter and it'll appear on the side, but I can't always tell which one is which. Haste and flying kind of look.
And depending on how people have their setup and how zoomed in they are too,
yeah,
you can't even see shit. You're yeah, I don't know what that is.
So anyway, yeah, keyword counters. They're freaking cool. Go buy some from Etsy or I don't know, big Facebook group. Support artists. Okay, Hardened Tactician. One a black and white for a 2/4. Human Warrior, you can pay 1, sacrifice a token to draw a card. Just a solid sack outlet that gets you a card.
Yep. Gets you sack whatever token, and you're good to go.
Yeah, it only sacrifices a token, which I think is more of a downside than an upside. So I think it's fairly balanced.
I mean, we are talking about an uncommon that's big, lopsided power and toughness. You're working in the set where Mardu's whole shtick is mobilizing tokens that are only going to be there for the end of the turn anyway. So it fits in that. It fits in that design space, and I don't know. I'm going to be sacking clues and shit to this thing.
Yeah, it's so true. Also, it's got the sick as fuck art. It's this gal with one hand and freaking.
She's a fucking beast.
The fiery sun behind her, and you're looking up at her.
Stanced up.
It looks like she just killed you, and you're bleeding out. And you're watching her. You're watching her talk to the rest of her soldiers as you're dying.
you're bleeding out. You're step on me, mommy, and she's huh? You're what?
I'm trying to make a speech here. Yeah, those are my big 3 that weren't shared.
Sick.
Yeah. Quinn, what do you got?
I got Smash Bros. Announcer voice Corey Steelcutter. We all know what that card does.
Sure, of course.
So yeah, that's one of my faves. But for everybody who's not fucking equipment brained like me, Corey Steelcutter is an artifact equipment for 1 and a red, equips for 1 and a red. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, has trample and haste, and whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you make a 1/1 monk creature token with prowess. I like to take game actions, and this is a knife that rewards you for taking game actions. Also, trample and haste.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Yep.
love the art. Any versions of the art of this card is really cool.
Yeah, both. Yeah, they did a good job for both versions.
I really like the one with the knife though that has the scroll with the techniques. I think that that's right. Like good immersive world building or whatever. Like, yeah, show me more about
Yeah.
it.
Show me more about how to stab someone with this thing.
Yeah.
All right, what's your next card, Quinn?
I got Tempest Hawk next. It's
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Tempest Hawk. It's a bird.
It's one of those swarm cards. You can have any number of them in your deck for 2 and a white for a flying 2/2. And when it deals combat damage to a player, you can search your library for a Tempest Hawk and put that into your hand. I like to cast a bird that when it deals combat damage finds the next bird. I played a lot of Tarkir Draft and would just like scoop up Tempest Hawks and then play a 2/2 flyer that finds another 2/2 flyer, and you win games like that, actually.
Yeah, 100%.
People were not respecting Tempest Hawk because it's a meme, but if you're the only one drafting them, then that's a real deck, actually.
Why do you still have more? Why do you still have more Tempest Hawks? What the fuck?
And then I took those and played the completely inappropriate Magic the Gathering card Choco Seeker of Paradise with them. And you just cast birds that put lands into play that enable you to find more birds to cast, and you cast those birds, and it's a circus of value.
It's fucking gross.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Tempest Hawk. My other pick is Nariv Crackling Vanguard. I like the Mardu token spam precon. I also like a dragon, and so I put the dragon in the commander zone on the Mardu token spam precon. And you just, you spam tokens.
Yeah, not much more to say.
If you're not doing the precon, though, you can play a very sick Shadow Clone Jutsu deck with this commander, and just like all of your differently named Shadow Clones will trigger that and draw cards. I think that is a very neat take on it.
Noticeably, this was the one that Andy has been losing his goddamn mind about over on LCP.
Yeah, it draws cards and then puts them in a zone where people can't touch them, and so if you get an attack off with your commander, then you can cast those cards again.
With your flying Death Touch commander, like, yeah.
Yeah, the flavor text on one of the narratives is like, for the Mardu, the shelter of my wings, and for my foes, the searing heat of lightning, and I think that this card really exemplifies that.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Yeah, shout out to both versions of Nariv, honestly. Like, this cool dragon.
You like the one that enters, or that gives the double damage to the ones that have entered this turn.
Yup. Does a lot of work. All right. So for my cards, so I got Mardu Siegebreaker, the tippity top here. If you want it's so weird. So, Death Touch and Haste for a 4-mana 4/4 as a human warrior. When it enters, exile up to one other target creature you control until this creature leaves the battlefield. So you can scoop up your utility ETB creature, you can scoop up your big ETB creature or whatever, because then whenever Mardu Siegebreaker attacks, for each opponent, create a tap token that's a copy of the exile card attacking that opponent. At the beginning of the next end step, sacrifice those tokens. So very on flavor for the Mardu thing. You get super sick ETBs, and people are probably like, depending on what that is, I don't want to block it. So it's more fucking value. I have used Mardu Siegebreaker in a bunch of different ways ever since I've been putting it in decks. It's fucking gross when you get going, you get something cool underneath it.
Truly.
Even if you're coming down late, you're like, this thing is just a banger nearly at all times that you're able to play it. Like, early.
Hey, has anybody been an absolute gremlin and put a flashback Marauder under one of these? Just joking.
Probably. I have not. But
are they riding the freaking Chocobo
chicken
from Final Fantasy, dude?
Some people do refer to this card as Siege Chicken.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's so fucking funny. Another card here, Quarry Mountain Monastery. It's the quote-unquote Jess Skyland. Enters tapped unless you control a plains or an island. It adds for red. You can pay 3 and a red and tap it to exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. With firebending now and other things that give us like surplus mana, I found it easier to like find ways to enjoy Quarry Mountain Monastery if you're in a color combination or a deck style where you want exile matter stuff. Put that in your deck. You got surplus mana, you don't know where to put it in your Quarry Mountain Monastery on your turn. You could do it on your off turn if you're holding up interaction but nothing happens. You can put that mana into the monastery.
I really liked it in the firebending decks. Those generate a bunch of mana, and if you don't know where to put it, draw a card.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I liked it. It did the job for what I wanted it to do, to get excess ways to get card advantage, not just from your regular spells. So that'd be a way to go about doing it. The last card that's not a commander is Barren Steppe Siege. It's the 2 black and a white for an enchantment that you choose Abzan or Mardu. Abzan, at the beginning of your end step, it'll +1 counter in each creature you control, which is fucking bananas just by itself. And you get to use it the turn it comes down. And then Mardu says at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. That effect I personally haven't like dabbled into like too often, but can be pretty powerful if you're not wanting to immediately just like play Grave Pact.
Yeah, you just use that the way that I use Sothera and make it say my creatures are unwalkable. I'm playing Crash Out Aristocrats, I'm making wild, risky attacks, and if they die, then behold my cascade of death triggers.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's that Valkyrie enchantment from
Rampage of the Valkyries from
Rampage
Kaldheim.
of the Valkyries? Yeah,
the Angel Grave Pact.
Yeah.
Like Angel Grave Pact is a strictly more socially acceptable version because you'd at least be playing Angel Typal. And this is like even more of a socially acceptable version of that if you choose that mode. And then my commander for the set, I thought it was going to be Nerev, but it's actually Chico, Paragon of the Way.
Yeah, that one was kind of a late hit for you, and then I think the second half of the year that really just like took a hold.
I got to, the last night I got to play the deck, and new cards are making the deck sing, like Gao, Feral, whatever the fuck that card is called.
Feral
I think is
Youth from Final Fantasy, yeah.
I managed to put in Spider-Man 2029 into the deck too, and it also cares about stuff like being cast from anywhere other than your hand to do the same, like kind of a similar effect. So we're finding more ways to like not just Azorius flicker our way to victory. We also have like bird effects as like part of our win con in that deck.
Must flicker.
What a very like modular like commander, which is pretty great. So for the shared cards between the three of us, we got Windcraig Siege and Voice of Victory.
Hell yeah, we love telling people to shut the fuck up during our turns.
Yeah, dude.
I can't believe this is a 2 mana mobilize 2/1/3 that also tells your opponents to shut the fuck up. Like that's fucking good.
I absolutely adore
I
Talking
think that's great,
Stick,
but
the Grand Abolisher.
Mobilize 2 that early in the game is just so many fucking bodies. Like,
It's extra.
Yes,
It's just extra
genuinely.
damage.
That card,
Yeah.
I think, before the other cards made it completely unplayable, was just beating people down in 60 card.
yeah.
And so yeah, Windcraig Siege, choosing Mardu or Jeskai. Jeskai basically doesn't exist on this fucking card, despite what I wanted it to do. If a creature, so if you choose Mardu,
version occasionally, but yeah, usually it is better to just attack trigger Harmonicon.
yeah, if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers additional time. It's as fucking nuts as Ishin reads because it just straight up is Ishin. And then Jeskai, at the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. It gains lifelink and haste until end of turn, which is all a bunch of very nice keywords and everything. But really, what are you going to be doing here?
I think in the right context, that's a very useful keyword, especially if you're playing a format where you can play multiples of this, where you already have the one down for the attack trigger. You play the second.
You're
one
making
and
you're making a goblin. You're making a goblin. You're making a token, and it's giving it 2 very relevant keywords. But in Commander, yeah, I have a hard time justifying that mode when just getting double attack triggers just so fucking stupidly strong.
Yeah, I could have one goblin, or I could Harmonicon my Mobilize 2 trigger. Like, what do you think I want?
Mobilize
Yeah.
2, bro. We're talking like double Winota triggers right now. Like,
Bro,
Yeah.
relax.
Just it's okay. Please think of the children. I have a
Bro,
family.
chill.
I'm trying to get a coffee, please. I'm just living my life. So yeah, Tarkir Dragonstorm. Fucking love that set.
this is a good set. It's probably my favorite of the year.
Let's talk about the most financially batshit fucking set ever printed, Final Fantasy.
Oh boy.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Sons, what do you got here?
So I was, okay. Low key, I'm kind of a big Universe Beyond hater, but I can't hate that hard.
You're like, I have some whimsy, I guess.
It's worn me down over the years. I've got.
I keep making you read Universes Beyond cards, and you keep having fun playing against them.
I know there's two. Wait, wasn't the space set first, or is it this set first?
No, Final Fantasy
nope.
came out before
For real? Okay.
Edge of Eternities. Yeah.
Okay, I was
preview wise. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah.
Okay. I was super into the little 0/1 Black Wizard creatures.
Yes, the Black Mage token is my favorite card of the set.
Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token damage to each opponent. So with that in mind, I really liked Vivi's Persistence. It's a 2-mana instant. 1 and a red. You create one of those 0/1 Black Wizard tokens that deal damage to each opponent. Cast a non-creature.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says, whenever your commander enters or attacks, you get to pay 2. If you do, you return Vivi's Persistence from your graveyard to your hand. So
That's
you
pretty
kind of
good.
like keep casting this for a little bit, and it's just like a little tricky. It's kind of like, I don't know, just reminiscent of like Shenanigans or like other stuff like that, where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna keep making.
You can just casually recur it back.
The main
Yeah,
thing
we're
that I
gonna
like
keep
about
making
this
these fucking
is
tokens, and then they're gonna
every
trigger
one of
off
those
it.
black mages all see the other ones that you've cast, so you
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
it
it's kind of like
snowballs.
it's kind of like mana heavy, but like I don't know, I'm imagining it in like a Norn deck or something. Like this would go kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really enjoyed Sleep Magic. It's a blue for an aura. Enchant creature, when it enters, tap enchanted creature, doesn't untap or untap step, but whenever enchanted creature is dealt damage, sacrifice it. I just thought this was a cute, like, flavor card.
Yeah, like
they get
tap
woken
you
up
on the
if
head,
they-
you're back up.
They get woken up
Like-
if they get dealt damage somehow, and I just thought that was kind of fun and cute.
Yeah, it's just like in the game.
I don't think I had really too much else from that. I don't think I built a commander.
Not for lack of options, obviously. But
So I'll cede the floor. Go for it.
I guess that's me next then. Yeah, like we talked about, favorite card from the set is indeed the Black Mage token. Second from that, though, I have the Buster Sword, one of the coolest equipments that they've printed in a minute, and every time somebody in another like piece of creative media says that they aren't a fan of the Buster Sword, or it's mid, or they're sleeping on it, they're unimpressed with the results, I'm like, all right, cool, continue keeping those stonks down, and I will continue crushing in bracket 2 with the shit.
please, I have a family, Quinn. Please.
I love free spells. More at 11.
The buff
Anyway.
also is just, the buff is Hero's Blade tier.
The
So.
+3/+2 is actually real. I'd be putting the Buster Sword on a guy, and I'd be turning it sideways, and I'd be saying, give me that fucking chump block, and they only have creatures that they care about, and they're like, no.
In other news of how Universes Beyond is ruining my Commander games, Quinn plays Firelord Azula, slaps on a Buster Sword, and says, come get some. And I said, Quinn, please think of the children.
Please.
I'm getting this combat damage trigger, and I'm casting a free spell, and we're forking it because it's still combat.
It's fucked. It's absolutely fucked.
Anyway, my other pick, speaking of knives, is Cloud Midgar Mercenary. They gave me a sort of Stoneforge Mystic that I could find with the Sarima, so shit's good. I'm having a great time playing Stoneblade in EDH, because now I have 2 stone forges.
Mm-hmm. The greed. It sickens
Yeah, it's
me.
unchecked. I'm finding Cloud to find the fucking Sword of Hearthenham so that I can blink Cloud to find the Buster Sword.
The
And
greed they
Ram.
talk about in the Bible.
I'm livid. Anyway, my commander from the set is an evil clown, Kefka Court Mage. I'm not flipping this card, so don't let that activated ability distract you. I'm shredding your hand and drawing cards.
Yeah.
The deck that I've built, though, is Grixis Chandras, though, so...
Okay, so you get the hipster participation trophy. Good job.
Yes, I'll take my hipster
Yeah.
points, thank you.
As much shit as I do give you, like, first of all, Kefka, what a fucking card.
My
Can't
99
escape
is
it.
not built around blinking Kefka and ensuring that you are dealing with this evil clown multiple
No,
times
it's
per
all
turn.
about
I'm simply
it's all about
entering
Chandra, baby.
and attacking, and then I'm upticking redheads.
Yeah. All right. So my suite of cards, unsurprisingly, and I'm surprised we didn't have more like summons on the list here. But Summon Brynhildr has been a new kind of like Loki staple in some decks that I've been putting together. Like early mid game, you get like the first chapter, you get to impulse a card, and then you can cast it anytime you put a lore counter on Summon Brynhildr. Also, she's a knight, so it's like great. And then the other 2 chapters of the next time you cast a creature spell, it gains haste until end of turn. So it's just a good way to keep keep your
This
party
has been a
going.
really sweet card in the 99 of my red decks.
You can reanimate it with Sun Titan, so it'd be another point towards it, and all this other stuff like 2 mana, 1 in red, pretty good saga. Summon Yojimbo, what the fuck? This card continues to be absolutely fucking nutty to me. If you want a 4 mana 5/5 with Vigilance, that's already pretty damn good. But then having 4 chapters, 2 of which is propaganda slash why am I blanking? Ghostly Prison, exiling people shit, and then maybe if you get to chapter 4, getting a bunch of treasures for your ferocious opponents.
Yeah, true to his role in the actual game as one of the strongest Aeons, he is an incredibly powerful summon on the commander battlefield, and despite you not having to pay him to get those results, it fucking puts in work.
Yup. Final card before commander stuff, Stolen Uniform.
This
1
bitch.
blue has never looked so good.
Fucking metagame consideration. Empress Quinn's pretty knife-pilled. Let's try out Stolen Uniform. Has never casted against me, but is constantly fucking up other opponents.
I could, but I could though. I could definitely do it. So you get an instant that says choose target creature you control and target equipment. Gain control of that equipment till end of turn. Attach it to the chosen creature. When you lose control of that equipment this turn, if it's attached to the creature you control, and attach it. So you can target your own stuff. You can go target someone else's stuff. If you target your own stuff for that expensive equip cost, you just bypass the whole thing. You can use it as a trick in case like that equipment also gives like protection or hexproof or whatever. Or you could just steal Empress Quinn's Ember Cleave or something.
Yeah.
Or the Buster Sword. Maybe I can finally play with the Buster Sword.
Is that what card type is that?
It's an instant.
Okay, yeah, cool. So like there's the red one that kind of does the same thing.
Yeah, magnetic theft, yeah.
A little yoink.
Also threaten Quinn with that too. Hasn't happened yet.
Extremely powerful cards against me specifically.
Quit playing good cards then. So the commander of choice, Sephiroth Fallen Hero. I've made quite a few Final Fantasy decks, and probably not as much as other people. But if you want pseudo overrun level of effects for your modified creatures, Sephiroth Fallen Hero is the way to go. I've actually managed to use the reunion effect where you sacrifice a modified creature to bring him back like twice.
Sick.
And I don't know if that indicates anything because either Sephiroth sticks around or explodes, and it's just pretty good to attack with a bunch of 7/5 modified creatures. This card's the shit. So let's talk about the crossover
this
choices
fucking
here.
shared section is very #Twin Flames, #Sons of Fire. We have Clive if Freed's dominant and Joshua if Phoenix is dominant.
Both having forms of card advantage on ETB on the front side is pretty great. Joshua being able to reanimate his own brother on the backside as the Phoenix Warden of Fire is fucking awesome. Very popular pick in terms of just like generic value.
Yeah, amongst the people
Joshua
in our circles who like Boros, Joshua Phoenix's Dominant has been a very popular choice as a, just like, for me, generally Boros midrange, sick card, and other people are playing more focused Boros Reanimator with him.
Yeah.
And then obviously like Clive, even just like as an ETB for a 6-drop, card advantage in mono red, where getting like your devotion to red never looks so fucking good. But being able to transform into fucking Ifrit, Warden of Inferno, fighting as a 9/9 on the immediate flip, and then adding mana for the following 2 chapters to use it for like fucking whatever you want.
I had one just such a sick game of Limited where I had all of my rares line up perfectly, that I had Clive on the battlefield. I had the blue Go-Go so I could activate his ability and just empty the clip on all of my mana to copy Clive's, because it ended up being mana positive. And I'm just fucking doing whatever, dude. I'm casting whatever spells, I'm taking whatever game actions, I'm triggering black mages. Truly untouched Final Fantasy draft. And I'm not a big fan of Limited usually, but Final Fantasy Draft I actively liked and enjoyed and got good at and would love to play again. I would do that again today.
Yeah, it seems to have been pretty resonant with people kind of like across the board. Obviously in Vivi's case in Constructed, but Draft I heard nothing but good things about it.
One last note, I love Clive's kind of return to devotion to a color.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think like red really, I personally think red should really own that, like, that mechanic a little more than the other colors too.
I think
so
black
really
currently is the like best color that pays you off for playing that color, but red is very close behind it, given
you don't like Fnatic and Bogus kind of almost be like being half of Gary for like the same type of thing. Like
sometimes he's enough,
sometimes he's enough, and you're in the colors of Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Yeah, that's why I love Clive in the 99 for that reason.
Yes, I love Clive in the 99 because you're just playing Magic the Gathering, and then here's this 6-drop, and I'll draw 12 cards.
Yeah. He's pretty fucking cracked. All right. I had to shuffle the list around because Edge of Eternities was actually next, and then it was Spider-Man. So let's talk about Edge of Eternities, our good old sci-fi set of the year, which is also a fucking good fucking set, as it turns out.
Yeah, it was a banger.
Okay, I kind of lied about Dragon Story being my favorite set because actually Edge of Eternities set this year.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty popular opinion this year.
Yeah, I would like to give a shout out to literally every card in the set because the art direction of the set is awesome. And I don't know, people who weren't into it, they're dumb. No, I'm just kidding.
Just straight up. Just, you know what?
Dude, I think the sci-fi works with Magic the Gathering. I think every piece of art looks freaking cool. We'll get to a few. But
there was someone who, Laura was talking about this over in her Discord, where she's kind of like not really a fan of the Edge of Eternity's like art direction, but I think like the absolute zany out of this world like look of everything, it's like this is what I want like a sci-fi fantasy like hybrid set to look like. And having a planet only be defined as like 1 or 2 colors or like whatever the visual presentation is, right? It's like, yeah, we're in this alien world where mana, like, a planet could just be mono green because fuck it, right? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
It looks sick.
And just like, I don't know, these like flying like space angels, you're like, hell yeah.
Yes,
they're so fucking
cool. All of the
cool.
Esteli is so peak.
And
the Sunstar Free Company armor looks resplendent and shining.
Yeah, every like space, all the basic lands bangers, all the lands bangers. Everything's got like a void or like a planet with rings on it. You're just like, hell yeah! Like, you're like,
It's
wow,
peak sci-fi
Damn,
aesthetic. I
space
love
is
to look at
fucking
it.
awesome.
I know it's speaking to your 5-year-old self that wanted to be an astronaut like that one time. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the young
Uh,
EQ that asked for a telescope for Christmas.
all right, I've got a nice selection for you guys here. We'll start with Pain for All.
Yes, I love this one.
I love things that bring everybody together. So, the red for an aura, an enchanted creature you control. When it enters, that enchanted creature deals damage equal to its power to another target, any other target. So you can just hit whatever. So it's a bite rather than a fight. So that's great. It's basically a removal spell. And then whenever that enchanted creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent. So the damage redirects kind of thing. So,
This is the card that pairs beautifully with the big spaceship that we'll talk about in a bit.
yeah, sure, yeah. So it's just like it's a solid removal spell. Plus, it makes one of your guys, an Arc Bond or a Coal Hauler Swine or whatever you want to call it. Just to redirect. So if you can smack it on something indestructible, and then just start sending it into combat or whatever, it looks really good. I also really liked Astelli Reclaimer. One for the art. Shout out. I think it's Carly Milligan.
Carly Milligan, yeah, for the main one, yeah.
Gorgeous,
Shout out to Benjamin
gorgeous.
E for the alternate one.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, there's so many cool alternate arts too. Jesus. It's 3 white for a 5/4 flyer, which is already really good. Angel Warrior. When it enters, return target non-creature, non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, or X is the amount of mana spent to cast it. So we're grabbing something back from the graveyard, not a creature, which is interesting, I think, for white.
I think part of the reason was they wanted to change it up, but also because they had warp tacked onto it.
Yeah, I think, and that's fine. Yeah, I think it's good. It's not a great reanimation target because it cares about mana spent to cast it, but it's got the warp 2 and a white, so you can grab something small and then later grab something basically 5 or less. So pretty cool. If you're in kind of a non-creature deck, here's a good creature that would go well in it. And the art fucking slaps it. It's freaking cool. All right.
It's so fucking. It's so seeing that as the first preliminary art that they were showing off for the set.
Yeah.
Just that is what the angels look like.
You're like, I'm in.
Holy shit.
You're like, I'm in.
Yeah. I
I'm
truly
in.
do think it was that first Space Angel that just yep, sold.
Sold. This is gonna be a cool set. Yeah, we're in. I've got from the Commander set. I've got Depth Shaker Titan.
Well, actually, that's the shared one we're going to be talking about.
Oh, really? Okay, I can get back to that. Is
Yeah,
Regost shared too?
No.
No, I think
Okay,
you're
okay.
the only one. You're telling me a crab fried this rice?
You're telling me it's... All right, so I've got another Boros Commander. Go figure.
Wow, shocker.
Regost Deft Gastronaut, which sounds like it's like astronaut, but it just means food lover. Which I think is pretty funny.
We're learning all the time.
It's our first lobster in Magic, so go us and lobsters. Lobster Citizen 2/2. It makes every artifact you control a food in addition to its other types.
I don't want to think about how that works, and it won't matter because I bet that Sword of Hearth and Home is
It's an
tasty as hell.
omnivore, dude. It can eat
Everything
whatever.
is edible. So now your whole deck is edible. You can sacrifice a food, deal 3 damage to each opponent. And then at the beginning of your unstep, if you gain life, untap him. And so this is a really cool commander. A lot of excitement about it. I think he's one of the more popular from the set. He's got
Probably.
freaking the alternate art from Dominic Meyer. Shout out Dominic Meyer. He's so cool.
Again, fucking killing it. Look at that contrast between Ragos silhouette against a fucking moon. What is going on here?
I love Dominic Meyer. He's top 2 baby favorite Magic artist. I've got his art as the background on my computer. When I first saw his stuff in Ikoria, I started freaking out. Was it Ikoria? It was that Minotaur.
Probably. I think maybe. I got the Ruinous Ultimatum narrative playmat. I'm staring at it right now. I'm like, this thing is just fucking sick.
So cool. So cool.
Evocative. Insane.
And yeah, the legendary creature is pretty cool too. 3 damage to each opponent, and like untapping, and you can just start throwing treasures at people.
Oh, I guess I could put Ragost into that.
That Minotaur was Morag, Fury of Akum from Zendikar Rising.
Oh, Zendikar, yeah, way back then, yeah. Beautiful art, and cool effect. I built a deck where I just threw in a bunch of damage doublers, and you just kind of sit around, give them lifelink. Everybody's like, oh, this isn't too bad. And
yeah, because it doesn't do a whole lot until it kills you.
Then you drop 2 damage doublers, and everybody's like, wait a minute. We didn't get to like
keep getting away with this.
We didn't get to like games that we played. But I was playing Ragost earlier. I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I had a fun game where I was at a lot of life, and so I took a total of 52 commander damage from everyone else before I died.
Shit.
So like one person had 12 damage on me, the bear had 18, and then Aurelia, the law above, hit me with 21 by the end of the game. So
they're like, I want this man dead.
they're like, okay, we gotta get rid of this guy. So yeah, those are my cards.
Sweet.
Fucking awesome. Quinn, Sothera the Super Void.
Yeah,
art.
Oh hey,
Yeah,
look, it's
truly
Dominic
incredible
again.
art
Go check
piece.
that shit.
Yep, it's Dominic again. Looking sick.
The main set art is like a little diagram of the Sothera system with the 5 planets and the super void at the center, and the key art, or the one of these showcases is a much more stylized view of it, showing it eating a planet and some spaceships flying in the background. And then the headliner card that's so expensive it basically doesn't fucking exist is just a fucking black void surrounded by blue and purple energy. There's no rules text on it, just 2 black, Sothera the Super Void. That shit is cool as hell and will be printed.
Yeah, the minimalist version is pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah. You're like, you know what it does. Nobody knows what it does, but it's awesome.
Yeah, whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent chooses a creature they control and exiles it.
Fuck.
And at the beginning of your end step, if a player controls no creatures, sacrifice Sothera, then put a creature card exiled with it onto the battlefield under your control with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it.
Fuck.
So if you survive that long, the Super Void will return something changed. It's the black hole journey trope from sci-fi, which I thought was very nice. And then the card itself, the way that I use it at least, basically says my creatures have unblockable, and if you fuck that up, then, well, it's ruinous for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that this ends, there is a determinate point where it's like, cool, I will sacrifice my Dictate of Erebos equivalent, and now it's done.
Then it's a reanimator, you're like, wait.
Yeah, pretty correct.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. The other thing that this does is draws in removal that could be targeted at your bomb mythic rare, and this has been seen on multiple occasions from me. I will cast a Sothera the Super Void, and then I've got something else that is actively killing you and you definitely need to remove, and they will remove the Super Void instead.
Ridiculous.
Why? Play good cards,
Yep, I love a 4-mana spell Skite. I'm like, thanks, I'm gonna go to combat with this dragon.
That's what I still play Smothering Tithe for that same reason, because I'm like, all right, they can just kill Smothering Tithe,
and then if you don't, you win the game.
and then I'll get away with whatever else I'm doing.
That's my Sothera posting. The other card that I love here is the Dawnsire's Sunstar Dreadnought. This card, I swear, they were like, yeah, we can put whatever on this card because it only goes to creature. It's a spacecraft. It's a 20/20 for 5 generic mana. It's not a creature unless you fucking station it up to 20 and then it gets flying. And then for 10, whenever you attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage up to 1 target creature or planeswalker.
LOL.
So they're like, yeah, it's totally fine. It only goes to creatures, so we can put literally a fuck huge number on it, and it doesn't matter. The fucking 100 is indistinguishable from 6 for this purpose. And then they also put Pain for All in the set.
Yeah, it's like let's just fuck you up. Like,
so you
holy
can
sh-
indeed, in limited, put this on a creature, swing with something that triggers the Dawnsire, laser that creature, and fucking kill your opponent.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
At good times we're
Hey,
had by all.
check out this parry that kills you. Like, holy fuck.
So occasionally in Grixis decks, I've been slipping in the package of the Dawnsire, Brash Taunter, Barbed Servitor, and Pain for All, so that I can hit the potentially Dawnsire laser on something that's going to make another player fucking explode. And that'll be very satisfying of a trick shot to pull off for me.
Yeah, that's hot.
My
Also-
assessment of vehicles has changed the more that I've seen people play with the handful of them.
Mhm.
Of spacecraft, you mean?
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
of spacecraft, like how easy it is to like, how shockingly easy it is to finish stationing a spacecraft, like kind of obnoxiously easy to do.
Yeah, I do like that you can use summoning sick creatures to station your spacecraft because it's an ability of the spacecraft. So you're like, if you don't have a use for this guy right now, then you can get to work crewing the spacecraft. The fucking Sunstar Free Company wants you.
Mhm.
And this guy can be your commander now, thanks to rules changes. You can put anything with a power toughness box that's legendary in the command zone these days. So
Dope.
shout out to all the gamers with the colorless Death Laser deck. And then my other fave from the set is another spacecraft, the Sarima. It's a 1 white and a white for spacecraft. When it enters, you search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. And then for station 7, other tapped legendary creatures you control have indestructible, and this gets flying and becomes a 5/5. I am a gremlin. I have become Stoneblade pilled, and so when I cast the Sarima, if I don't already have Philia, then it finds Philia so that I can blink the Sarima, and then the Sarima finds Cloud, and then Cloud finds the Sword of Hearthenome.
You
And
have
then-
to stop this. This is ridiculous.
I'm just
You're
playing
just
that
breaking.
deck.
You're breaking card parity over your fucking kneecaps with a spacecraft and a dog. Stop.
Not the dog.
I don't know what to tell you. It fucking whips. It is still satisfying to play.
I'm going to make another fucking meta pick, and I'm going to find everything that says if you tutor for a card, this thing happens instead.
I literally have been waiting so long for somebody to get brave enough and fucking put in some shuffle hate against me. Like, where are the river songs that are teching against me? No one has cast a single Wan Shi Tong against me. What is going on here?
Okay, well, I'm playing neither of those cards, so I guess that's
Okay, but you're not
happening.
on Shadow of Doubt in your Dimir decks.
What is Shadow? Anyway, maybe I don't know. We'll don't fucking come at me like this.
Don't
all
come
right?
at
Just-
me, bro.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna keep doing this until I get punished for it and have to adapt to the
Fine, I'm
metagame.
gonna play Ob Nixilis then.
Yeah, fucking where's the Ob Nixiluses? Nobody's
Fucking
asking
take-
me to take 10 life and sacrifice a
Take
creature.
Fucking 10. Christ. Okay. Anyway, so Sarima.
So
Pretty
yeah,
gross.
the Sarima, it fucking whips. It enables my wicked deeds, and I like to play Stoneblade in Commander. So this is another card that helps me play Stoneblade in Commander. My commander for the set is also this ship, because then you just, that is the deck.
All right. All right. Let's zip through mine here. Talked about Secluded Starforge before. As a reminder, the pay to tap your X untapped artifacts, which include equipment. Target creature goes +X/+0 until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Kind of forgot about that part. Didn't really matter a whole lot because I still kicked the ever-loving shit out of someone with my Secluded Starforge and my commander. Don't be caught slipping.
Well done.
Just unfortunately can't use it as a combat trick, which is fine. The next card is Zookeeper Mechan.
Ooh.
Hey, we do love more mono red mana dorks. That also you can pay 6 in a red. Target creature you control gets +4/+0 until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. So if you do have various different ways of getting surplus mana, and you have a commander creature that cares about doing Voltron stuff, like say Captain Ripley Vance before you go for the pop off, that would be the way to go about it. Will anyone use this effect? I don't know, but I'm excited for the time that I eventually get to do it myself. And Weft Soccer Ardent. This is just your Reckless Fireweaver plus Impact Tremors variant with Warp for 1 red.
Yeah.
So you want the time to like set up the Ardent, but you don't have the flexibility to pay 3 full mana. Get the Ardent out, start doing your creature and artifact ETB stuff. Have the Ardent disappear and then bring it back later. Pretty sweet. I like it.
I like it. It kind of like keeps it protected, actually. So like if you have,
yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking if you have like 2 of them, and you can play both on 1 turn, and then one will kind of go away and be protected, and then when the other one gets removed.
It would be you could like Electro Dominance the Warp one.
Ooh.
And then fucking have the original one disappear for later, and then you can flashback Electro Duplicate when it comes back. I don't know. Much to think about. And then my commander, the actual amount of commanders that I made from the set was actually just this one. Nenon, or whatever the fuck it's called. I didn't do that right. Uthros Exile. It's the uncommon Jellyfish Advisor. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a +1 counter on target creature. So you're checking out a bunch of treasure tokens, maybe a bunch of food, maybe you have an academy manufacturer out or whatever. Just start distributing +1 counters across your board state or your commander, or do whatever. I think this is good in the command zone. I think it's good as a utility creature. I love seeing like Izzet decks get more ways to punch. So yeah. Let's talk about the handful of cards that we all like between like 2 or 3 of us. Elegy Acolyte.
Yeah, so they printed a mono black Tymna, they gave it lifelink, and they also made it print out bodies if you fulfilled the requirements of Void. Hey, I'm gonna play that.
That's kind of a lot on 1 card.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking nuts. Like, I would have expected like a 4 mana 3/3 or like even less toughness or something, but they really just made that a 4 mana 4/4 with lifelink with just upside. And you don't even need to send Elegy Acolyte in, even though you probably should. And why the hell is it?
Get in there.
Why is it fucking making robots? Like, holy shit! It's so fucking cool.
Because compact me to 0, nothing tests our faith.
Oh my god. So let's go talk about Requiem Monolith. We got an artifact that's 2 and a black, tap until end of turn. Target creature gains whenever this creature is dealt damage. You draw that many cards and lose that much life. That creature's controller may have this artifact deal 1 damage to it. Activate only as a sorcery. Very similar to when I was explaining Explosive Getaway earlier. You can use this on yourself, or you can use it on your opponents and then cast Blasphemous Act.
Yeah, that'll kill somebody.
If you got your damage doublers out, yeah, they might be drawing 26 cards, but it also means they're taking 26 damage and probably just fucking dying.
Yeah.
This
Really
is just make sure you don't accidentally target your own creatures, so that way when it gets tapped by your opponent's full board state, you also just fucking explode. So yeah. Very tricky, interesting, brain teasery kind of card. Sons, can you tell us about Deathshaker Titan?
Yeah, dude, Deathshaker Titan. It's not a Titan the way that you think it would be, but it's 5 red for a 5/5 robot. And when it enters, it makes any of your non-creature artifacts 3/3 artifact creatures. It's gonna sack them at end of turn, but that's okay because before we get there, they're all gonna gain melee, trample, and haste, so they're all gonna actually be 6/6 trample haste. This is just, you know, 7 mana. Let's end the game now.
Yo, dog, I heard you needed a crater hoof.
Yeah, it's red.
Yeah.
It's red crater hoof. For those treasures that you haven't been using yet.
For your clue tokens,
Clues,
your
foods,
equipment, your food,
treasures, and just any other random artifacts. Like it gives
you didn't
itself
use your
haste,
mana
melee,
rocks?
and trample. So it's also going to be
part of the team. Yeah.
It's also going to be I guess like an 8/8 trample haste. So like with like already that's pretty good. So yeah, it's just our crater hoof for red, and it's lovely, and it's going in quite a few decks.
Hell yeah.
Woo! Good stuff. I think Spider-Man's gonna be a little quick to get through. It's also the quote unquote through the Omen Paths version. So Quinn and the rest of us will be using different names.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm extremely normal.
Quinn, can you talk about Nia?
Yeah, so Naya Skysail Storyteller is a legendary creature, human performer hero. When she enters, exile the top card of your library.
For the
You may
record, this is
pl-
Gwen, by the way.
Does
you
it
may
make her
play
a
that
spider?
card. That's the other side.
Oh. Carry on.
Anyway, you can play that card for as long as you control this creature. And then for 2, a blue, a red, and a white, you can transform her, activate only as a sorcery. And the other side is Naya Fabled Sky Climber, legendary creature, spider human hero. For who's flying vigilance haste. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on her. And remove 2 counters from her, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. She's a 2/1 on the front side and a 4/4 on the back side, and you can cast the front side for 1 and a red, and the back side for the same as the transform cost. So there's that like modularity of it. It's just a Jeskai cast from exile deck. You've seen those.
Yeah.
But she's
So again,
got good
it's
keywords.
Gwen Stacy and Ghost Spider for the Spider-Man version.
Yeah, I exclusively play with this card on MTGO, and they only have these printings, so that's the name that I'm familiar with.
That's they just keep making things more confusing.
It's
Yeah.
so fucking embarrassing that they don't have the sets 1-to-1 on both platforms, bro.
What is happening, bro? That's goofy. That can only be goofy.
How do you drop that? I don't understand. Anyway, so yeah, that's that card. My other pick is another one of these transforming modal double-faced cards. The Grixis Legend, Gobin Gene Splice Savant, and the backside Flame Gobin's Creation. Front side's 1 and a blue for a 1/1 that can't be blocked, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, he connives, and you can spend 1 in Grixis to transform him, activate only as a sorcery. Also, he's a legendary creature, human scientist villain.
AKA Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin.
Yeah. The backside is a legendary creature, goblin human villain for 1 in Grixis, and flying and menace, and spells you cast from your graveyard cost 2 less to cast. And each non-land card in your graveyard has mayhem. The mayhem cost is
What
equal
the
to its
hell?
mana cost.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all reduced by 2?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Chill the fuck. Okay, so are these that you could cast either side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I also have to go through like the mental issue of like, okay, so Norman can't be blocked, but you flip over and now he can be, except you need to block with 2 creatures because he's menacing.
Mm-hmm.
Lords.
I have found that usually you are casting one side or you're casting the other side for a different deck. Me personally, I usually cast Gobin because he's an unblockable looter.
Yeah, fair.
The other side is for storm criminals, frankly.
Yes.
You
Yep.
cast a Wheel of Fortune, you discard your mana rocks, you cast a like Mind Stone for free, you tap that to cast another thing that's like a 3 mana rock that now costs 1. So you just like Metal Storm like that. There's also like the spells that you cast and make treasure that help you go like mana positive and continue storming. And you just play a bunch of like draw and discard effects and cost reducers and pop off. You'll find a win con. You touch enough cards.
Yeah. Pretty gross being on the receiving end of one.
I don't have that particular version of the deck. I don't want to put in the effort, frankly.
Yeah,
too much thinking.
Yeah, I have that outlet for Inola, and that's where that portion of my brain is spent, and I'm not using that to figure out the Green Goblin. Anyway, my other pick is a fucking Dark Confidant that you get to be a little sicko with. It's Duskborn's Claim.
Oh yeah.
An
AKA
enchantment
Parker Luck.
for 2 and a black, and at the beginning of your end step, 2 target players each reveal the top card of their library. They each lose life equal to the mana value of that card revealed by the other player. Then they each put the card they revealed into their hand. So you get to choose, and you're dueling, and you can make 2 completely uninvolved opponents duel, and it's just like a nice dragon deck there, buddy. You also have a very sick deck full of green mythics. Why don't you two duel?
Your average mana value is probably higher than 5. Say no more.
Mm-hmm. And you just fucking laser people. And I mean, you're taking a fun and flirty risk with it because you're putting cards in their hand.
You know what?
Like,
we need
whatever.
to start playing this card against Brandon because he's just gonna fucking die.
Yeah, reveal a Myojin, and no, actually, he's going to kill people. That's the problem.
Well, true.
That's how cards
That's the mana
fair
value
enough.
of the card
There should
revealed
be
by
risk.
the other player.
There should be risk involved. I like it.
So Brandon's going to reveal a Myojin, laser you for 10, and what are you going to flip over, Cole? A Boros 4-drop?
Yeah, I will flip over a Lauren Searing Light. Thank you.
Oh, well, if we all just manage to keep that fucking thing on us, then we won't have any problems.
Yeah.
All right, my commander from the set is Gobin, obviously. That's the one that I'm, like, obsessed with.
Yeah,
it's
not surprising.
She beats people's asses in the air, but it's just Guide, cast from exile. You've seen that deck.
Yep. Any other specific cards to note, Sons, before we just jump into the stuff we collectively like?
No, I just had the one that we were sharing, I think.
All right. So we have Maximum Carnage, aka Lava Brink repels the Magmaloth.
What the hell?
Good old Saga. 4 and a red with 3 chapters. Until your next turn, each creature attacks each combat if able, and attacks a player other than you if able. Chapter 2, add 3 red mana. Chapter 3, this Saga deals 5 damage to each opponent.
I love sagas.
Good.
I love
This
sagas.
is sweet.
Every time you show me a saga, I'm like, okay, I love it.
I like this one in particular because it's like, all right, you all do a bunch of work beating each other the fuck up, and
Yeah.
then I will ramp out my commander that you removed because I did this to you, and then the 5 usually cleans up, and then I have like 1 combat step to finish things off.
Mhm,
Solid,
mhm.
solid. I've got
yeah, go.
Jonah Jameson. I don't know what it
AKA
would be.
Laszlo, Enthusiastic Accuser.
Oh, yeah, I know the
Enthusiastic
guy.
acute. And like that's just another great way to describe J. Jonah Jameson. So
Mhm.
he's a 2 and a red for a 2/2 legendary creature, human citizen. When he enters, suspect up to 1 target creature. That creature has menace and can't block. Whenever a creature you control with menace attacks, create a treasure token. This is just total flavor pick. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I don't think I'm a huge fan of it in Magic. So like I don't have like a lot of cards that I like really enjoyed here, but this one really hit the flavor win for me. J. Jonah Jameson accusing Spider-Man of being a menace to society, and obviously he makes money from those like publications because he's a newspaper publisher, editor.
Mhm.
So this card just kind of hits all of those themes and really like encapsulates a character. And I love it when a card can do that in just a couple lines of text. And I think it's really good.
I also think that this card is just a lot of fun to play. I've been beating people up with this since it dropped.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get it out in some of the decks that I put together, and slotted them in. But again, already having the text saying that menace creatures attack, making you a treasure token, that already synergizes with a bunch of menace creatures that may or may not be also doing that as well. So you're playing like a red X aggro deck with a bunch of menace creatures. Jay Jonah is gonna fucking shoot you to the fucking stratosphere.
Yeah, what's that? It's the one from. It's got menace and it makes treasures on combat damage, and then you can sack treasures to.
Professional facebreaker.
Yeah, professional facebreaker. Thank you. So like that, they're gonna be best friends.
Absolutely.
And that card, like professional facebreaker, already kind of an engine on its own. So
This just sends that into overdrive.
yeah.
So quick and easy for Spider-Man. Let's go into Avatar because we definitely have a lot more fucking cards.
Hell yeah.
To talk about here. Sons, hit us with Sozin's Comet.
Sozin's Comet
yeah.
is a sorcery, 3 red.
Oh,
and-
wait, whoops. Did I forget about a whole chunk of my cards?
Oh,
Who gives a
maybe.
shit? It
Who
was
gives-
Spider-Man. Whatever. Let's go talk about Avatar.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. So Avatar introduced firebending, and that's basically whenever a creature attacks, add red. And so Sozin's Comet is 5 mana. It gives each creature you control firebending 5 on a turn. So it's just all this red mana that you can use during combat, or if you have like a mana bank, you can keep it. It's also got Foretell 3. I've cast this like 3 times already, and I haven't used the Foretell. Like it's just good enough to, like, you draw it, you play it. But yeah, basically like makes all your creatures attack, make a big ritual, get 25 mana or whatever it is. Absolute bonkers card that I've done bonkers things with.
I've absolutely pogged every time it's been cast. I've
Yeah,
also
it's-
seen it cast against me in the like very high power decks where they find the red mana battery and they have the aggravated assault. And you play this, you play enough creatures with firebending, and you go to fucking town.
Yeah, you just go to town. It's a beautiful card. It's exactly what a red mythic should do. The Foretell is kind of like gravy.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers.
I think it's so fucking funny to foretell this in a deck that is very clearly about firebending and say you're foretelling a Doomscar and have people completely forget about Sozin's Comet.
I mean, you don't have to tell them what you're foretelling, so they can make their
You don't.
assumptions.
That's why it's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
But I don't know, when you foretell something in red, usually they're like, oh, it's delayed blast fireball, and so
Yeah.
and then they're like,
now
why
there's
you
another,
they're
there's
like,
another option.
why are you playing so many creatures? And I'm like, don't worry about it.
Pay no attention to the
You forgot
glowing
about
ball in
the-
the sky.
Yeah.
Other foretelled spell.
Yeah, I was really excited when I saw this one, and again, I'm kind of a UB hater, but I don't know, this one broke me, and I was like, all right, we're making a deck.
Yeah,
No.
sometimes the design is cool enough that it can overcome any of the flavor. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say let's hold on your second option
Yep.
there because that is under the thing there. Quinn, what do you got for us?
I got some very fucking obvious picks and then a less obvious pick. So my number 1 obvious Fire Lord Azula. Man, you know what this card does. 1 in Grixis for a 4/4 that when she attacks, she adds 2 red mana to your mana pool, and fucking whenever you cast a spell while she's attacking, she forks it. Completely inappropriate Magic the Gathering card. I don't know why they let me put that in the command zone. And I will continue doing so until morale improves or I get bored.
Yeah. That's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty.
I've been playing
pretty-
mostly flash creatures and not cards that add mana to my mana pool or like enable that kind of play pattern. So it's a little bit less stormy and takes longer to kill you, but it is still inappropriate. So don't get caught slipping.
Mana and extra card. Mana and extra card.
Yep. My other pick is Wan Tong Librarian. I just like this bird. The big fucking X spell. You draw some cards, you put counters on it, and you, whenever your opponent does the searchies or the like other stuff, you like draw a card and put a counter on it. I'm perfectly happy to actually draw cards with it, or to cast this for a smaller amount and not draw cards and let my opponents do that work for me.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this on the battlefield against me yet, but it would probably be pretty effective. So if you're into printing Magic the Gathering cards, I think you should do that. And if you're not into printing Magic the Gathering cards, then Aven Mind Sensor? I don't know.
Actually,
Stranglehold.
Stranglehold?
Just no.
What's the last one you got here?
Fire Nation Drill. This is my a slightly more obscure pick. It's allowed to be your commander now, thanks to those rules. But I'm not super into the just a kill spell in the command zone, usually. I gotta have a fucking reason before I go that far. That said, 2 black for a legendary artifact vehicle, 6/3 trample, and when it enters, you may tap it. When you do, destroy target creature with power 4 or less. And you can spend 1 to have permanents your opponent's control lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. It's also got crew too. I just really like a kill spell that also beats your ass.
Yeah. Can't be mad at that.
And it's got the Shadow Spear text, so I'm Fire Nation Drill's getting in there.
Yeah, just getting some redundancy in that niche effect.
Yeah, it's kind of that all-in-one kind of card. I like it.
My commander
of
set,
choice,
obviously Azula.
Shocker.
Yeah.
So, unlike the Spider-Man cards, which we just skipped over and we will not be going back to, let's talk about the cards that I chose.
Yeah, tell me about the things you actually care about.
So, Desperate Plea, despite this card that I haven't actually managed to get to play a whole lot, but it just reads way too fucking good. 1 and a black for a sorcery lesson is an additional cost to cast a spell. Sacrifice a creature. Choose one or both modes. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield if its power is less than or equal to the sacrifice creature's power, and or destroy target creature.
Okay.
Just feels like a good 2-for-1. We do love reanimation spells, and this thing is stupidly cheap monetarily and mana wise. It's actually kind of criminal.
It's just 2 mana.
Let's talk about Combustion, man.
Nice.
This guy's kind of cracked for just a humble uncommon. 5 mana 4/6 human assassin. Whenever he attacks, destroy a target permanent unless his controller has Combustion Man, deal damage to them equal to his power. Put Hero's Blade on. Are you gonna take 7? Let's do the sliding escalation of you are just gonna fucking take the damage. You're just gonna have your thing blow up, right? It's gonna happen. Quinn, what the fuck is this? You know what? I'll come back to this. And then finally, the last one here is Meteor Sword. To the surprise of no one, I am still removing shit. In fact, all 3 of these cards are removal spells. Don't look any further into that. But having an equipment also be a removal spell in some of the decks that I've been playing recently. It's good utility. If I'm not going to be playing a instant sorcery-based removal spell, I might as well just start front-loading it into all my other permanents so I can just...
you really did say, I'm going to play an equipment deck. All of these equipment are kill spells.
I need them to do the 2-for-1, so I'm going to kill your thing, and it's going to give a buff and or an evasion effect, so it's a 2-for-1. And my commander of the set, perhaps to the shock of no one, and we hope his reign is long, Fire Lord Zuko. Firebending X is pretty stonks, but also having +1/+1 counter payoffs for playing stuff or casting stuff from exile.
Yeah.
So you want to go to the Flicker Root, Impulse Draw, etc., etc., etc. This is going to be the way to go. Firelord Zuko's fucking nutso, which I guess I just kind of realized, hey, let's go into the shared stuff now.
Yeah, that is one that we had shared. I also really like this guy. I brewed him pretty early in the spoiler season, even before we had gotten all of the like firebending and airbending cards. Just like, had a good time playing that. Might
Love
go
value.
back at it now that we've gotten the whole set and I have a more crystallized idea of what I want to do with him, I think. We'll take another run at that. I think the Lulu Boros Cascade deck that I built could probably be a good shell to just like make
Jam
Mardu
him.
and add the black mana like treasure and like from exile or whatever payoffs.
Yeah.
Wild.
Phoenix King Ozai.
Just an incredible Magic the Gathering card. Wow.
Reads fucking insane. 6 mana, 7/7, trample, firebending 4 and haste. So you're already coming in hot. You don't lose unspent mana because it becomes red mana instead.
Nice.
And then Ozai has flying and indestructible as long as you have 6 or more unspent mana.
That's not
Damn,
hard.
this offshore counts off the fucking chain.
Yeah, this guy really feels like exactly the way he looks in the show. Like, you attack, you add a bunch of red mana to your mana pool. It's like he's using his fucking flamethrower jetpack or whatever.
Jeez.
I am Iron Man. I am Ozai Man.
Yeah, so it's sick as hell. Also, I think the other, like, fucking iconic part about this guy is his mana cost is like a guild leader pipped. Like, he's like 2 colorless and
Yeah.
then black, black, red, red. Like, that lets you know that the card you are about to cast is a fucking boss.
Yeah, they're serious. They mean business.
Holy shit. Let's go to the last one that we're sharing here, Sons.
Yeah, we got Avatar Roku Firebender, and he doesn't have firebending on his text because they decided to make him firebend whenever anybody attacks. So he's 3 red, red, red. Which is, I mean, you got to be pretty hardcore to be casting
Yeah,
him.
that's a serious fucking business mana cost.
He's-
3
he's-
red pips is like, I mean it.
He's a 6/6. Whenever a player attacks, add 6 red. That is so much mana. Whenever a player attacks, and so yeah, he pays off instantly. You just, you cast him and just attack with a 1/1. And then yeah, he's got an ability red, red, red. Target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. So you're messing with any sort of combat. You are king of attacking, you're king of blocking, or just, casting reiterate whenever you want. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the sky's the fucking limit as long as this dude is out.
This is so
like,
much mana.
Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what tea Uncle Iroh gave them.
I know
want that
exactly
shit
what they were
too.
thinking, and it's they were thinking Mana Crypt and Jeweled Lotus are banned.
Yeah.
They're like,
It's probably safe, right? It's probably okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we have just enough like mana banks to make
Yeah.
to really, like, we have Electro, we have Ashling, we have the Dragon, we have the Artifact, we have Ozai, like
Yeah, we got Leyline Tyrant.
we
yeah.
got like these are pretty bonkers. And also it's just like, I don't know, like the fact that they give him a mana sink too is this.
Yeah, its
so
own
funny.
built-in. Yeah.
It's the
It's
complete
a 6 mana
package.
mythic rare. What do you want from me? Of course we're gonna put the setup and the payoff on the same card.
Yeah, it's the
Well,
complete
it's not
package.
just a 6 mana
Beautiful.
6/6 mythic rare in 2025. It's just
Yeah.
it's also Avatar and Universes Beyond, which means they got to go that extra step fucking further.
Yeah.
Insane. Fucking love this card. Fucking bad shit. So let's do at least one story each, or however we want to go about this. For
Yeah, okay.
Brews Off the Shelf. I'll just take the reins and get this done and over with because I actually made a new deck, as we mentioned earlier. We'll want to point out, probably we'll go back to it for the next episode, but I managed to get in 251 games this year.
Hell yeah, dude, flex on them.
That's a lot.
That's fucking a lot. Chatting with some other people, they're like, yeah, I got like maybe 50 games this year, and that seems too low. But you know what? I just live a completely different lifestyle. Gotta get in that game shit. That has nothing to do with the deck I'm talking about. Although Maria Scholar of Antiquity did get at least one of those games in this year. I knew that I needed to put together impulsively a equipment deck because I wasn't going to be making that Brea Ethereum shaper list just yet, so we'll get there eventually. Very much deck made from cards off my desk. The surplus of stuff that I've been grabbing recently, like I grabbed another Raban, I grabbed another Freya Crescent, I grabbed another Gilgamesh Master at Arms. So I was like, cool, what can we do with that?
Sweet.
Maria I've had since like I opened random Dominaria United cards. So I was like, oh cool, I got like the altered version. I might as well finally get together and play that. So that means I get to use cards like a Kona Rescue Beastie and a Savvy Trader to like either cheat stuff in, or in the Savvy Trader's case, kind of recur stuff. And also have, like, if you cast stuff from exile, get to reduce it by 1, so it synergizes with Maria's second ability. Get to kind of change the equipment suite up a little bit, because either, like, they were pulled out from other decks. Like, I have Blackblade Reforged, which I'm playing a green deck. It's probably going to go fucking nuts. Get to play a Lost Jite, Lothlorien Blade, which says that whenever the creature attacks, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature defending player controls, with Equip Elf 2, which Maria is. I have a random Mage Slayer that I've been holding on to for a long time, and that thing will just fucking kill stuff.
Yeah.
Again, going back to the whole, hey, if I'm not able to play enough instants and sorceries, I might as well have my equipment start killing shit. So yeah. And then, of course, I also get to lean into other different creature types. Oh, no, wait, never mind. The amount of green creatures I have here are like 5 on this list. It is very much a red deck.
Cool.
I might want to be able to swap that out in the future, but I don't know. I'm going to have to wait and see. When I was sitting down trying to figure out the mana base, because as it turns out, once you decide to take your more dedicated Gruul mana slots and put that into some like random Naya decks, you kind of don't have a whole lot to work with. So you get like, you know, Temple of Abandon and Sheltered Thicket and Rugged Highlands and stuff. But then that also means you get to put in your random copies of Urza lands, so Mine, Power Plant, and Tower.
Okay.
Just cause, like, if it's not red cards, they're colorless cards, so I could just tap them for the excess mana or whatever. And as part of sort of the new year, the upcoming New Year resolution thing, we'll just give a bit of a sneak peek on my mentality here. Considering that I failed the get lower than 40 decks challenge and like literally fucking net zero, this deck may stick around or not. I think I need to get into the act of just like putting a deck together and playing it out, and then seeing if I'm like actually gonna invest in it long term or not, or I'm just trying to pursue a novel idea and not have to worry about like splitting sleeves or making a mess after like ID sleeve everything. I just need to like give it a shot and get it out of my system. So will this be used as like a stepping stone for Brea, despite the fact that like we're talking about a green-red deck versus a non-green deck? Well, I don't know. We'll see. But here you go. Go take a look. I got one game in with it. It did like okay. I was hoping to be a little more impactful, and that didn't happen. But I see the writing on the wall. Mary is like pretty sweet that way.
I do think that game was an outlier and should not be maybe considered for the average.
No, there was a lot of shit going on there. But it was his first run. Oh well. So yeah. Do you two have a game you can share? Or a deck?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
All right. I have the fucking dude guy, jacked Reluctant
Yep.
Guardian from
Mr. that fucking asshole.
Just a fucking miserable ass guy. Let me put the deck list link in here. Hang on. Future
okay,
goals
so I know
don't
who
edit this
that
out.
is. Although I'm gonna get that open too. Why not? Well, that didn't fucking work. Let's open that back up. There we go. Okay. And all right, let's take a look at Jack. Went out for milk and never came back.
Oh, he definitely came back. In fact, some would say that is in fact the problem, actually.
Yeah.
Is that he keeps coming back when you cast the kill spell on him.
1-800 are you
yeah.
scamming?
Yeah, we do a little scamming. So yeah, Jacked Reluctant Guardian, the fucking 4-mana menace 4/3 combat damage, do a flip jacked, whoa, yeah, becomes Braska's final Aeon. And then I have my opponent each discard a card and I draw a card twice. And then the third chapter is each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. I'm being just absolutely fucking ruinous with this shit. I'm hitting you for a lot of commander damage, and I'm shredding your hand, which is disrupting your ability to stop me from hitting you for a lot with commander damage. That feels pretty satisfying. Unfortunately, this is a discard deck, so pretty high saline strategy. And if you are, despite playing a discard deck and also having the killing intent of a large in the command zone, you do still gotta fucking die. And you don't have a whole lot of blockers because you're playing Voltron and you've got knives and stuff so that you can kill people. So you gotta just fucking watch your back, maybe figure out some ways to ensure that you don't get splattered on the side of the road, because they absolutely will do that. I have fucking Excalibur and A-tier and Pre-Win who are pretty good at that. There's also Genji Glove who just fucking double strike in 2 combats. That'll take a lot of people out of the game.
Welcome to the Genji Glove podcast,
Yeah,
where Quinn
totally.
takes the mic.
The thing about Genji Glove is it puts people in the fucking dirt.
It's true.
It's got one job and it does it really, 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 really well.
Yeah. A thing that I'm pretty pleased with the performance of is Reaper's Scythe. I hadn't gotten to play that a whole lot before now, and this just ticking up every turn because I beat people up feels pretty good. That's just like an ever escalating threat. I've also got some pretty decently sized mana values in this deck, so the Ninja's Blades that I put in here can also do work. They're like burn damage on the combat damage trigger. I draw and discard. I'm like throwing a creature at you. And some of the things that I have in here are shit like Summon Primalodon, who's a 6-drop, or Summon Anima. I've also got 3 Swamp Cyclers that are kind of just like, I do not give a fuck about discarding this at all, so that's fine. We got Malboro, who's my beloved, and also my beloved.
My beloved.
Yeah. It enters the battlefield and has each opponent discard a card, lose 2 life, and exile the top 3 cards of their library. My beloved in the game of Magic the Gathering, my beloved in the game of Final Fantasy. And also kind of my beloved in the game of Final Fantasy. I don't know. It fucking sucks, and I kind of love that about it.
It's there for a reason.
Yeah. So I'm just like playing mono black card advantage, and then we've got ramp to ensure that I can get checked out on turn 3 and be dealing the combat damage on turn 4 so that I can show you Braska's final Aeon and start disrupting your hand and then getting in there for combat damage. And I've got I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total 6 total scam effects. Yeah. So
Nice.
I can mulligan pretty aggressively to have like like 3 lands, a ramp spell, and a scam somewhere in the top like cards that I'm drawing. And if I've got that set up, then I'm good to go. And Jack's built-in card advantage can usually carry me through the rest of the game, and also the robust card advantage package that we built into the rest of the deck.
It's
So
cool.
all of that comes to, thank you, a pretty brutally effective package that does mean that I need to die, but it is pretty fucking satisfying to play, and I will probably bully some people on MTGO with that.
I mean, you bullied me the other night, so
Hell yeah.
it was pretty good.
All right, what you got for us, Sons?
The most recent deck I built is Kumano Master Yamabushi. I saw all the firebending stuff, and I was like, this is perfect. Let's put...
Dude, I'm so fucking hype. It's finally time.
I was like, dude, it's fine to bring Kumano. So Kumano, like, when I first got into Magic, he was one of the legendary creatures that I saw. And just like one of the first ones I saw, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool, but I never actually built him, so like kind of resurrecting him out of my past was really exciting. But basically the idea is like just make a shit ton of mana and find some way to use it, either drawing cards with like expels or dumping it into Kumano. Now Kumano, like, it's a couple mana to deal 1 damage to a creature or player. So he's kind of like, I don't know, he's kind of just a place to put that mana if you really need it, but some of the cooler stuff is in the 99. So we got all the firebending from the Avatar set. The best ones are like the Fire Nation turret, basically give something firebending to.
Woo!
Or what's the land? I don't recall.
I feel like I should know this one, but I
like,
haven't been able to.
Oh, the Fire Nation Palace.
Yeah, just the Fire Nation Palace. Yeah, there it is. Which you can pay 2 to give something firebending 4. So you're just, I don't know. We just got a lot of firebending. We've got the offshore accounts. We've got Ashling, Electro, and Leyline Tyrant. I declined to use the artifact one, the Horizon Stone.
Horizon Stone. Yeah.
Just because they're redundant in not a good way. But yeah, so basically you build up an army of little firebenders. You collect a shit ton of mana. You do like a Zenith Festival or a March of Reckless Joy to find a win con, and the coolest win cons are Ojiraxanil, Deepest Might. So if you build up a shit ton of mana, you got 20 mana in the pool or whatever. And then you got Kumano and Ojir. Then Ojir will make the 1 damage into 4 damage, and then you just start pounding people.
Going fucking nuts.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, you just machine gun people down with Kumano. You can do the same thing with Fated Firepower, also from the Avatar set, where it enters with like X fire counters, and if a source would deal 1 damage, instead it deals X damage. So yeah, that's where you're just like putting all your mana. And yeah, so far it's been pretty effective. I'm always making a big impact on the game. And yeah, like it's been working well. I don't think I've won with it, but I've always been like pretty close. I've won with it once, so that's exciting.
Well, I think like, when you finally do get that win, it's probably going to be really like cathartic.
Yeah.
There's just the tech, like, one, having new tech kind of re-energize an old legend from like forever ago.
Yeah, it's cool.
Or here's like I'm thinking of firebending, right? Like firebending's been such like a weird niche. Like the application's really niche because unless you have some ways to store the mana with an offshore account or whatever, like you're usually going to have to use it during combat, and casting a bunch of tricks is like pretty narrow and maybe not the best way to like use your mana or like the time there. But like for example, for my Firelord Zuka list, like I got Kellen Planner Trailblazer as a mana sink because you can activate and transform him into a 3/2 human fairy rogue double strike with all these like other effects. You can use Dream Devourer's effect to like foretell a card, and as it turns out, you can technically foretell at any time, including during
It just
combat.
needs to be on your turn.
Yeah, just on your turn.
So you
yeah.
just get rid of all your cards in your hand face down. You're like, oh, I don't know. Like, what is it? It's a mystery. I don't know. So finding effective ways, and obviously having it like in the command zone, and then having such a saturation of not just obviously like firebending mana. Like Reds had a lot of different ways of just getting excess in red with like you put in here. You got Iron Crag Fleet, Runaway Steamkin is always a classic. Rodeo Pyromancers from Thunder Junction.
That's cool. Yeah.
Being like, hey, you cast your first spell, get some little excess mana. You cast one, you pay 1 mana, get 2. You're like, great, perfect. Let's keep her going.
Yeah. So yeah, all that is super true, and yeah, it's been a cool and fun deck that I've been messing with people, and yeah, every time it's like, I mean, Sozin's Comment and Avatar Roku, or it's just bonkers.
Oh,
and
super juice! Like holy shit!
And people are like, "Why aren't you just playing Avatar Roku?" And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like having kind of a.
Cause I'm a fucking hipster.
Yeah, you know, you need that sometimes. You need to be a little hipster.
You get to push up your glasses and say, "Actually, this is my Kamano firebending deck."
Yeah, it's cool.
Hell yeah, dude! That fucking rips.
Hell yeah.
Great. All right.
What's we got?
I think this is when we bring in that elevator music, and you have, I think, a lecture for us on Boros.
Yeah, if we're ready for it, it shouldn't take like too crazy long. But I've basically got, I don't know. Do you want me to introduce it now or after the music?
Well, hold on. We gotta let the elevator music
All right,
go
let's
first.
go. Stick and trim.
Okay, now you can hit us with it.
All right, so I mentioned earlier that I used to write for Tapped Out, and basically I have an article idea that never fully came to fruition. But essentially, this is the State of the Legion dress.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, let's lock the fuck in.
So, Mr. Speaker, Madam Vice President, members of the Heroes Blade Vibe Check podcast, I'm happy to present to you the State of the Legion address.
Hell yeah.
My fellow MTG players. No, I'm kidding. All right, so Boros has always been near and dear to my heart. I used to be really known as like the Boros player on Tapped Out. You know, that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking that like Boros has really changed over the last 7 years, perhaps more than any other guild. And maybe that's not really a hot take, but it was kind of on my mind. And you know, I wanted to talk about it. So Boros has been changing radical, fundamental ways, and I believe it's worth discussing because Boros was once going through a lot of hardships in EDH, and now it's not. And I think no other guild or color pair or like anything like that has really had like that kind of journey. So here we go. But you know, for all the trials that Boros has faced, know this: the meme of Boros is trash, and EDH is past, and the State of the Legion is strong.
Hell yeah.
But it sure wasn't always. So let's take a little look back, a little history lesson, and yeah, let's see how Boros has evolved over the years. So, as our overview, I believe Boros in EDH can be organized into 4 distinct time periods. All right. We have the Boros Dark Age.
It starts there.
Yeah, it starts there from the dawn of time to 2018. Then we have the Boros Enlightenment, which is a couple years, 2018 to 20. New Age Boros, where we start to see like Boros creating its own solid identity, and then it's been swallowed up by postmodern, modern/late stage capitalism Boros, which is basically every color pair and every color thing all like being wrapped up in the modern trends of Magic the Gathering. So we'll get there when we get there. So we've got these four time periods of Boros. Are we with me so far?
Oh yeah, you got me locked
Okay,
in for
all
sure.
right, bet. All right, so to understand the Boros Dark Age, we have to go back in time. The State of the Legion, 2000.
Okay.
I don't know, 2015, 16, wherever you want to go. Where was Boros back then, you guys? Do your memories reach back? What
I
was?
was not playing Magic the Gathering
Ooh,
yet.
fair
I'm
enough.
from
Yeah, Quinn-
Eldraine.
Quinn was an innocent child, did not know about the void that is.
How would you describe Boros back in the day, Cole?
Let me consult the scrolls for a second. Well, let's see here, because like I think even I got to admit, because if I think about my color preferences like throughout those years, right? Like I was very much like a Simic player. Like my early, like arguably like pre 2019 self, or however way you want to describe it.
Yeah.
And then they started kind of giving us the juice, right? It was just hard to justify running any Boros, nay, even like a Mardu Legend without either investing in like the really you got the staples and that allowed you to like keep up, but none of like the Boros Legends from like the top of my head were like super juiced or like super like worth it.
Yeah.
Like if you had Aurelia the War Leader, you were already technically an enemy, but that also means like not only did you have to fight against people's perception of having extra combats in the command zone, you also had to get your double white, double red
Oof.
to cast your 6-mana commander, which was
Yeah.
pretty fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
I can't even really think about like any like Gisela was 7 mana, like that was the other thing too.
Yeah.
Like the mana value of everything was so huge and so over the top, and it's like, is it worth, like no one's casting fucking what's her name, Razia
I was gonna say Razia's not even
Razia,
in the
no,
conversation.
yeah, like
Razia Boros Archangel, like ain't no fucking way.
Yeah.
It's just not fucking
it's
happening.
like a lot of trash. Legends.
Great keywords, but that's not why we're playing that card. And some of the lower end stuff, it just didn't, like Annex and Siamese, like there wasn't enough impact.
Not enough. Yep.
So it's a real uphill battle for sure.
Yeah, so and that's a great summary of like what Boros was like. Like in today's day and age, like if somebody is entering EDH right now, Boros is just another one of the color pairs and it works just fine. But
Mhm.
if
Yeah.
we go back 8, 9, 10-ish years, Boros was actually like the laughing stock of EDH. Like it was a meme.
Yeah.
It was a meme to play Boros, and I cannot stress this enough. It was literally hipster to play Boros because it was so difficult.
Mhm.
It was basically generally considered the worst of the two colors, and the worst 3-color Cole mentioned was like Mardu, and that includes Boros. Even though black,
Crying in the club.
I know, even
Oh,
though black
it
has solid
was
draw,
rough.
but basically there's countless threads of on websites, arguments on like why is Boros so bad, how do we fix it, and basically the problems are, they've been explained in detail in many other places, but let's run through them real quick. That Cole was definitely getting on. Boros lacked the draw power and the ramp of other
Oh
colors.
god.
And
Yeah.
I think like a decade ago, we were still kind of figuring out what was the key to winning EDH, and what was like, it wasn't so well known that it's like, oh, you need all this draw and all this ramp, and that's like the
It's
let me
random, it's
let me
card
hit,
draw.
let me hit you with it. Let me hit you with the concept,
Yeah.
because I went to my old tapped out account,
oh boy.
and I'm like, what was I playing over 5+ years ago?
Yeah.
Like if it's more than 6, like whatever, right? So like, there was a Sakama deck, but that's not Boros.
Okay.
That's just Boros with green, and it's arguably really just a green deck.
Yeah.
So let's look back at 9 years ago.
Okay.
To Brian Stoutarm.
Classic.
And the reanimation tech was pretty set in stone and also a high mana value, and your card advantage, very similar to how these types of decks work nowadays, is you are using stuff like Cathartic Reunion and etc. to pitch, your reanimation targets. But it still doesn't change the fact that you don't have the exile card tech impulse effects that we started getting that would really start helping out with this. Not to mention that, like, I'm playing a Darkar Valkyrie, which is like, ooh, the tech that you use with Brian Stout or whatever.
Yeah.
But like we're really lacking
We are
the stuff.
So like we lack the draw power. Either red or white was really providing meaningful card advantage, because red has like this looting thing going on, but it's not card advantage, that's card selection. Like, let's get that really clear.
Yeah.
And it never ever came even close to, black's ability to draw cards green or blue.
You're not at parity.
Yeah, you are not. You were struggling, and then like, I don't know, the card quality when you got it selected correct was, it was just fine. We lacked ramp. We didn't always have that critical mass of 2 CMC mana rocks, and I think that was probably the first problem that was fixed over time. It's just like we got enough of these like quality mana rocks. But I mean, could have Vandablast sent us back into the Stone Age? Yes, but whatever. Never is any color gonna touch green, so we're not really trying to like get there, but like. Even back in the day, it's like we had a couple rituals, but not. And
Were people on the Stoneforge Mystic for Sword of the Animist tech back then?
Well, what time did we get Sword of the Animist?
It would just
that's from Magic Origins.
That's Origins, or is
okay? So 2015. Okay, congrats. We are now +1 Sword of the Animist.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like it takes a lot.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I hear you, but that is still one card in an ocean.
And that's like the kind of thing that Boros had to do was to create, like, hopefully cobble together that kind of card advantage engine.
Just like, no, dude, I have a ramp package, I swear.
Just to get
5 equipment.
Yeah,
tiers.
right. Just to get second place
yeah.
in the ramp battle. So like, it's like you have land tax and Walking Atlas, but it's like you needed both of those cards to even try to compete with just greens. And, like, what I'm saying.
Look at what green gets to do.
Yeah, like,
listen, times were tough.
Times were tough
to say
for
the
Boros.
least.
Boros tutors, just limited tutors, just okay at tutoring, like artifacts and enchantments or equipment.
Y'all, let me get Enlightened Tutor or fucking Gamble. Woo.
Boros' strengths, which are mass land destruction and a little bit of stacks, generally frowned upon, so we can't really play those as much.
Let's go Desolation Giant. Oh,
Right.
do you play the kicker? No? Well, fuck.
Well put. And then in general, and this is what Cole was getting on, Boros as a guild was really focused on combat, and that's a problem in this format where you have 40 life for each player, and that's like 120 life to get through, and that is a lot.
Combat is hard, actually.
And it's really difficult, and it's really difficult when Boros did not have these super juiced up GMO commanders that we have today.
They didn't have a fucking lightning army of 1 back then.
We did not have anything.
Nope.
So Aurelia, the war leader in the Dark Age, and again, this is the dawn of time to 2018. Aurelia, the war leader, holds that dubious honor of best Boros commander, and she's good. I can't be mad at her. She can combo with a few things, aggravated assault and the sword of untapping lands.
And sort of
Feast and Famine back in the day.
Oh, Feast and Famine. Right.
Hearth and
Home doesn't exist in Boros Dark Age, and we wish it did. But even she's nowhere near the power, the speed, the ramp and draw of like the Thrasios, the Temna,
just a mono green
Breya,
legend
Yisen, Wandering Bard, like any of these guys.
Fuck, dude. And that's just what people were playing because you didn't have any other choices for smoking mids.
Dude, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, So basically, in general, Boros had fundamental problems in the 99 and no great commanders to make up for the weaknesses. So some of these commanders during the Dark Age, I call it the Boros Wall of Shame. Uh, you know, none of them really give card advantage. All their CMCs are way too expensive for colors with no
Oh,
ramp.
hey.
Look at their
Let's look like.
look at their stats.
Hey, I'm gonna play Munda Ambush.
Dude,
Leader.
all they want to
Who?
do is attack.
Quinn, whom?
Exactly.
Don't worry about it. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter. That's how bad. We're gonna play DePaula Pilot Exemplar when
Hang
vehicles
on.
only just
Be
started.
careful about DePaula.
Yeah.
She actually whips.
Well, we will
No,
talk
she whips
about her.
now.
We will talk about her, right?
She whips now.
Right.
And there's a few solid ones like Aurelia, Iroas got a victory, Gazella, but
Oh,
Gazella
yes, dude.
costs so much, bro. Adriana,
7 mana.
Captain of the Guard. All of them care about attacking. And so that is also a big critique of Boros commanders. So, in fact, before 2018, there was not a single Boros commander that didn't have one or more of the following criteria. Power greater than its toughness, cares about attacking. Cares about increasing the power of creatures. Aggressive keywords like haste, vigilance, double strike, trample, menace, to a lesser extent, playing first strike. Power toughness buffs, or explicitly mentions combat in their attacking box, like in their text box. So all of them care about attacking. So Boros felt really redundant and weak in a format where attacking wasn't that good. Because like combo and like outvaluing.
Combo
and,
was king.
like
Yeah.
combo was kind of king for sure. So like Boros itself as a color pair started to get like really monogamous, where you could look at other color pairs and they're kind of doing different things, even within their colors. Boros was not. It was just like attack or play a different color pair. As you know, we can mention all of the Boros commanders, but I just want to give a anti shout out to Kalemne, Disciple of Aroas, for kind of being
Oh my God.
Anti-shout out.
basically being the lowest of the low in terms of bad Boros commanders.
Rest in piss. Like,
Rest in-
what the fuck?
So she cares about attacking, but doesn't have evasion, so that's awesome. But she also cares about large CMC creatures in the color pair that have no ramp, so that's kind of tough. And then the payoff for getting more creatures was just giving her more power, so not evasion again. And so like when people were looking at Boros' design, were like, this is really frustrating. When she came out in the same set as Mizzix, which is the most powerful thing ever, or
Yep.
Azuri Claw of Progress. Now I mentioned Azuri not because of power level, but because Boros cares more about small creatures and mass than Simic. Simic cares more about big creatures, so in my opinion, like, their abilities or colors should have been switched with some modification. And so we're like, why? What is happening here? There's some bright spots, I think, in an ocean of repetitive Boros Dark Age commanders. Brian Stoutarm, just really good. I'm just kind of biased because that was like my first commander.
Stan Brian Stoutarm. He does actually have the juice.
Lifelink plus Fling is the juice, and he's pretty based. Archangel Avacyn does something really cool. She still kind of cares about attacking because she got vigilance and flying. But
Oh shit, flying and vigilance?
No way.
Hang on,
Crazy.
I would like to know her location.
right, but her protection ability is like really cool as she flips into a board wipe and then cares about attacking again. But I don't know. I just thought she was a really unique legend.
I think she's very cool.
She felt fresh and exciting when she came out.
Yeah. DePaula, positive shout out, was the first instance of card advantage on a Boros commander. Was it very good?
Nice.
No, because we had like maybe 2 dwarves and like 2 good vehicles, so she still wants you to attack, but
Grease Fang and Parhelion 2, she was not.
right, yeah, it's like we haven't gotten there quite yet. I think she's better now, and she could helm like a 7 dwarfs thing, which is pretty cool. So like we had a few during the Boros Dark Age, and we have our first taste of like new cards in hand on a legend, and that's exciting. But by the end of 2017 and the start of 2018, Boros was in trouble. People were complaining about it. And there are two like main routes that we can take to improve Boros. One, open up new design space, like let's do something other than attack. Or 2, make going into combat so good it can't be ignored. Even with the high life totals. It didn't look very hopeful for us, but our
That second option has me alerting like the Zaku
our
emoji that I post a lot.
exactly our enlightenment was around the corner. So that was the Boros Dark Age. It was dark times, but then we get to the Boros Enlightenment. The Boros Enlightenment begins in 2018. It is a time of new growth, creativity. We can see so many cards in the 99, but we're just going to talk about Commanders, really. I like Commanders more. So,
Hell yeah.
new design space, new cards. Here's your pop quiz for you guys. What is the first Boros Legend that doesn't have power greater than its toughness, doesn't care about the power of creatures, doesn't have an aggressive keyword, doesn't buff, doesn't mention attacking? The first.
Oh fuck, dude.
What is the first purely non-combat Boros Legend? Do you remember?
In 2018.
In 2018 is the hint. Yeah.
Fire Song and Sunspeaker.
That's correct.
Oh shit!
You nailed it. You nailed it. Fire Song and Sunspeaker is.
Damn, you're so right though.
Is the herald of this new enlightenment of Boros. So Fire Song and Sunspeaker, it's a 4/6. It only cares about instants and sorceries. It deals damage, but not through combat. It is our first non-combat Boros Legend. And then also
6 mana though.
6
I
mana.
like the
That's tough.
idea
It takes a
of
minute to get
Fire
up there.
Song and Sunspeaker.
Yeah. Have you played against mine? I've played mine,
I have played against yours, yeah.
and it's a hoot. I love it. It's a fun time.
Those silly cows.
So in Dominaria, in April of 2018, Boros Enlightenment begins. Tiana ships Caretaker, Fire Song, and Sunspeaker. Tiana still cares about attacking, but her recursion ability is wider. She's also, I think, the first Boros Legend that cares about equipment and auras.
Yeah.
So that
around that period,
so that starts to solidify that idea in people's minds that Boros cares about aura and equipment. And it's a recursion ability, so that's like card advantage. So great things, and then of course the real star, Fire Song and Sunspeaker. The very first Boros commander that does not care about attacking or the power of creatures or anything like that. It is like Spellslinger. So we've opened up like equipment and Spellslinger for Boros, and we're kind of off to the races. Like finally, this felt like the turning moment for Boros, and like we are finally getting some design that is different.
I think that's really cool. I think it feels like somebody saw the like Boros Lightning Helix typo deck in 60 cards and was like, "Can we do this in Commander?"
Yeah, and it felt so cool. And as a like, this is my personal story with Fire Song and Sunspeaker. So Dominaria, when it long before it released, they had like a massive text leak of basically the whole set.
Oh shit!
It had to do with like, I don't know, it was like Magic the Gathering China or something leaked it somewhere, and then it got back to the States, and so they translated it from Chinese, and then we basically had the entire set like a month before it was releasing, like in text.
Yikes!
And I read Fire Song and Sunspeaker before I ever saw the card, and I was so excited. It was like midnight, and I'm like brewing on Tapped Out, and everybody was excited for this Boros commander, and I had like the first Fire Song and Sunspeaker deck, and people were like helping me make it, and like helping me like, and we had like 300 cards that we were like suggesting, and we were like cutting it down. And so for me personally, like Fire Song and Sunspeaker was a really exciting like community moment too, of like it's our first non-attacky Boros Legend, and everybody wants to be in on like building it, and it just happened to be like my deck page that everybody was doing it on.
Was doing it,
That rules.
So that was probably my biggest like Magic community moment, where like everybody's coming together. So that was really special. But everybody kind of forgot about Fire Song and Sunspeaker when Feather came out.
Another spellslingery style commander that also happens to recur the cards that you're casting.
Yep, so again, the Boros Enlightenment, we are getting Boros card advantage, we're getting really cool stuff. And everybody was like, oh, she's the savior of Boros. Because she created this new card advantage, and I didn't call her that shit, because I was like, I'm not too impressed. But
Yeah, you're not trying to cast Bandage every turn.
yeah,
That don't impress me much.
Like her decks are just like really repetitive, and like she only makes her own deck. She doesn't like save Boros like, and then like all of her decks are
Yeah, you can't really put her in the 99 of the deck and be like, sick, now that Feather
Yeah,
shows
like
up,
card
my deck is
advantage.
like cooking it on a different level.
yeah. So like Defiant Strike and Expedite, they're in 90% of all Feather decks. So once you've seen one, you've seen them all. And she takes 50% of the game time just to get second place at a mid-power pod. So just like I wasn't too impressed, but I was glad. More card advantage. This is great. We like that for us. This is 2019. It also brought Gerard Weatherlight Hero. So he's
Oh yeah, that guy.
He's beautiful art. First off, but when he dies, he like brings back all creatures and artifacts that were put in the graveyard this turn.
Yeah, so this is a Boros Second Sunrise combo deck.
Yeah, it's either a combo deck or like a board wipe control kind of deck, enter the battlefield deck. Lots of cool stuff you can do with Gerard. So yeah, in this enlightened period, we're like, hell yeah, we are getting Boros Legends that are expanding what Boros can do. They also gave us, we kind of regress a little bit with Guilds of Ravnica, where they give us just like these kind of attacky legends like Tajik and Exemplar.
I think you're forgiven for doing that on Ravnica because it's very
true.
much like
the
guild.
Like, I'm not too mad at them. Like, Boros does what it does, and also this is like the guild. We got stuff like Haktos and Korvad plus Sylvia. Haktos pretty cool because he's where we start to get that like, okay, let's make it so good you can't ignore it, where he becomes a viable Voltron threat.
Yeah, that guy has the juice, actually.
Yeah.
I have him in the 99 of a Mardu Legends deck, and we just get to swing in, and people are like, well, fuck.
6/1 basically unblockable fucks pretty hard, yeah.
Beep.
Yeah, and you can give him background, so it just gets whatever bonuses you want with that.
Yeah, just an anthem
if you,
just to put him at 7, like, yeah.
Good old cast ride down, so he gains trample without being targeted by the effects, so you can get past his protection.
Yeah. So we're starting to make combat viable, and we're like, okay. And then so the Enlightenment peaks and ends in Ikoria. We probably know who I'm talking about.
Holy shit!
Oh my gosh!
Where we see both of the ways we can improve Boros materialize. Zerda, the Dawnwaker, creates space for activated abilities. That is something really weird that we hadn't seen for Boros before. And it's our first cost reducer. So we're like giving Boros things that the other colors have had for like years. She still kind of cares about attacking, but not really. And also equipment strategy. So again, we're building towards like that critical mass of equipment legends. And I was like, I saw Zerda, I was like, wow, this is really great for Boros. Wow, what a great year, what a great couple of years for Boros. And then Winota was spoiled after, and everybody freaked the fuck out, bro.
Well, holy shit, we're going literally 0 to 100.
We went 0 to 100. Basically, it was like they read my mind, where they said, okay, we gotta make combat so good that you can win by combat. And they printed Winota Joiner of Forces, the strongest Boros legend ever made to this day. She cheats mana cost for the first time. Boros is cheating mana cost, and she just makes combat so effective. Life totals just start melting away, and you're like, wow, this is what Boros. It was like,
I really liked the CEDH Winota aggro stacks deck that came out of this era. That was a really cool thing to be doing at that power level.
And Boros and CEDH is nuts. Like that would never be a thing.
Like, I am beating you the fuck up with Hushwing Griff.
Absolutely insane. So we've got these like 2 paths that are materialized in these 2 legends. Winota, meaning like Winota finally said, okay, Boros has a big boy now. Like basically, we've had all the other colors have had for a couple of years. Like they're absolutely juiced up, card advantage, cheating mana cost, like whatever legend, and they're like, okay, finally Boros gets one. and she's so good. Yeah,
that you burst out into song. She's so
she's
good.
so
She's that good.
Absolutely incredible. So, at the end of Ikoria spoilers, Boros is having the best 24 months of its existence. That is the Boros Enlightenment. We got Boros legends that do different things: cost reduction and cost cheating, combat and non-combat, and yeah. So we've got a big upswing for Boros. How are we feeling so far?
A fucking hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm pretty sure it was around like that kind of period.
Yeah.
Where I started shifting more into being like, yeah, I can play like a Boros legend that isn't Winota.
Yeah.
And this is about when I started playing, so I'm like, oh, Boros has always been like this, and people are
True,
like, no,
yeah.
if you're playing Boros, it's a meme, and I'm just like, this is all I know, bro.
Right, and it's like the perceptions will change over time, and at the same time we're getting more and more staples. I don't know exactly when like Arcane Signet comes out, and like Jessica's will, but
That's in the Eldraine Brawl decks,
As
just as well as in
the-
the Commander Legends.
yeah, as the legends are getting better, like so are all the staples and stuff. So then we get into basically from 2018. That's 2018 to 2020. That's like our biggest turning point. So we've got these two other kind of phases of Boros, New Age Boros and then postmodern Boros, which we'll get to. So we've seen this explosion of new commanders since this time. So many more new commanders, so many new staples, and it's all happening with the larger developments in Magic and EDH that everybody kind of gets sucked up into. So we've got more powerful staples, draw and ramp, treasures start becoming a thing, and that really really levels the playing field for everyone. Partner pairs and choosing backgrounds, just so many more legends. Continued expansion of what each color and color pair can do, or to look at it another way, the complete destruction of the color by itself. So, however you want to look at that. Power creep affects us all. And then, introduction of Universe Beyond and dozens of new IPs that kind of overlay those universes' lore and realities onto Magic's, which puts further strain on the meaning and significance of the color pie when they are trying to, like, Magic had its color pie and what it was doing in Magic, but now they're overlaying something else, and it kind of starts to twist what the colors meant when you think about, like, the lore implications. But in any case, most of that's going to come up in a second here, but we got a lot of big trends. And so New Age Boros, which will go from 2020 to, I don't know, it's kind of, the lines get kind of blurry, but
to kind of today-ish, if you squint.
Yeah, if you squint, but really, like, it's like one year where we were like, okay, like Boros is gonna be this thing. 2020 to 2021 is where I'm gonna put this. And this is just how I'm understanding it. But basically, New Age Boros is equipment. That's like the biggest theme. It starts with Akiri, Fearless Voyager. Also the first Boros commander to say draw a card, but she cares about equipment.
God, she casts Ancestral Recall for going to combat the right way. That card rips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
good.
like, wow, let's draw 3 cards. And, do I really like the change? Maybe not. I tend to find card draw on commanders kind of a little bit of a crutch, kind of like helping
it's
deck
very
building
safe.
a little too much, but yeah, it's fine. We also had Wireless Soul of Steel, Mila, Crafty Companion, also like card advantage, also drawing cards, and also caring about equipment. So like Boros' strongest strategy in the New Age is equipment, and basically like we had Tiana Ship's Caretaker, but Boros wasn't really known like for equipment commanders. But then in the space of like 6 months, we got Akiri, Wylith, Rayav, Mastersmith, Cole the Forge Master, Osgir,
Cole the Forge Master,
Bruenor Battlehammer. All of that was in like 6 months.
Actually, damn, I didn't realize it was that short of a window.
So they said Boros is equipment now, and they hammered that so freaking hard. And you know what? They you know, that's a good thing. Like, it's cool that Boros is owning that space. I was pleased and am pleased with that. I always complained long and hard about Dalico's Crafter of Wonders and how he should have been Boros, but you know, that's just me. And then yeah, we've got.
Oh, I mean, yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
he's like the Izzet guy, and yeah, whatever. You know, maybe
Yeah,
that's.
I think the artifact animation or whatever, I don't know. It's options.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got all these equipment legends. We've got other ones doing more card advantage. We got Belborca.
I like that guy.
Yeah, just like exiling. You know, he's the Boros. What'd you
I
call
think
it?
that was the like start of the impulse draw thing.
The impulse.
Yeah, where that gets
like,
a lot stronger.
being put on the body.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then of course we get Strixhaven. So as part of New Age Boros, we got kind of
We get
a little
Lorehold.
bit of a facelift for Boros, and it's called Lorehold. And with Lorehold, we got a lot of cool legends, and they all kind of are starting to do different things. Osgur is playing with artifacts in the graveyard. Offrey is doubling non-token creatures. Basically, like when something dies, you get a token copy of it, and he's also like, I think top 2 most powerful, like Boros
Fucking
legend.
busted Magic the Gathering card.
He rips. He's insane.
And in that time period, it was just the Dockside Extortionist combo deck.
Yeah, it was. It was. So yeah, made a lot of treasures with that guy. We got Alabu Ancient Witness, Augusta / Plarg, Balamaka's Lorehold. So we got a lot of different legends doing a lot of different stuff. Cost reduction, cheating mana cost. And you're like, wow, like Lorehold is the new face of Boros, and it's the face that says, hey, we can do anything, just like every other guild. But like if we take that thread a little further, we get into the postmodern Boros, or as I call it, the late stage capitalism Boros.
Yeah.
This is where, after 2021, the pace of change starts to outstrip our ability to understand it. And since it leads up to today, you know, the jury's still out on this one. Like, this is where the organization starts to break down because it's talking about today. But the turning point is Captain Jim Hopper. He's the first Universe Beyond legend for Boros. And to me, Universe Beyond kind of encapsulates a lot of the late stage capitalist trends we're seeing in Magic. That's generally contributing to like the shitification of our modern day world and, you know, all that stuff. So let's get into it. From this point, from Jim Hopper onwards, we just have a massive explosion in the number of legends. The power creep is insane. The expansion of the color pie, and thus the degeneration of the color pie itself. All that. For example, since Jim Hopper, 39 out of 80 legends, so essentially 50% of Boros legends, have been Universes Beyond. So basically half of the Boros legends are Universe Beyond since we started. And there's not really that many Boros legends. I can't remember where I wrote this down, but like, where is it?
Is it like 100 and something?
It's
like individual legends that like could go, like not counting partners or anything. Like, just
okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm going too far. I did like a quick,
Oh yeah, there's 124 Boros legends and an additional 111 combinations of partners, backgrounds, doctors, all that stuff. So like most of the legends have come out since 2018, and then half of them since we started Universe Beyond have been Universe Beyond. So I don't know. There's just some things to think about when we're like, how much Magic is still left in Magic. It's about half, I guess. So now with all these new legends, it's impossible to pull out one or two trends. Couldn't even try. We got power expansion, Commander Liara Porter, super bonkers powerful, maybe top 3, I'd say.
She is an incredibly powerful Magic the Gathering card, yeah.
Nahiri, Fortune Fury, Anna Pakal, Thousand
She
Spoons,
is wild.
Sammy, Wildcat Captain. All of these guys are like bonkers crazy, and you know, it's just like every other color pair, right? Like every other color pair since the beginning of time. Now Boros has it too. So, you know, we're happy with that. We got Cheating Mana Cost, we got Quintorius, we got Dejeru and Hazaret, we got Shadowfax, we got commanders for Human Tribal, Soldier Tribal, Oxen Tribal, Mouse Tribal, Horse Tribal, Cat Tribal, all that stuff. Got Boros taking over copying activated and triggered abilities, which I think is pretty cool. Agris Cost, Eternal Soldier, like
fucking nutty card. When you get to play around.
It's kind of like what Zerda? Not Zerda. The Goblin. What's the Goblin's name? I'm blanking on it.
Oh, Zada.
Zada Hedron Grinder, but for like abilities, so that's kind of cool. So like Blood Rush. I destroyed a table on like turn 4 with a Blood Rush.
Yeah.
Eartha Joe, Frontier Mentor. Also, whenever you activate an ability, target creature or player copy that ability. Also, she doesn't have Mentor, even though that is a Boros mechanic, so flavor loss. And then we got the upcoming Curel Attentive First Year, which was spoiled or leaked. I can't remember. Which also
that's an official preview.
Yeah, triggering abilities. So. Yeah, like lots of cool like triggers, which I think is a cool thing. But yeah, and then you got legends for everything, man. Like modified creatures, recursion, food, tokens, life gain, tutoring. You got Boros Legends tutoring, exile draw matters, exiling creatures, hell, even a lands matters. And yeah, like you know, we've just got. Basically so many legends we couldn't even possibly talk about them, but like Iroh, Jed, Kratos, Aranya, Ragos, Sammy again, Amy, Edgar, Bannon, Cloud, Zidane, Lightning, Joshua, Giat, Mog, all of those were from this year. Like it's like wow, everybody's got a lot of new legends.
Those are some bangers too.
Right, and there's some bangers in there like Joshua especially. Sammy, one of them. I've played Ragos and he's powerful. So
I'm also a big fan of Aranya.
Yeah, so it's like Boros is doing it all, but also so is everybody else. So I don't know. I guess the question that I have for you guys is like, and remember, like, as we're talking about all the legends, we've also gotten like 20,000 new red and white cards that have helped the rampant draw. That's put Boros on par with every other color pair, I think.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
So, like, my question for you guys in this new age of Boros, basically, to what extent has Boros like lost its identity compared with all the other color pairs? What do you guys think?
I mean, I think it would mean I'd have to actually pay attention to those other color pairs. But let's just let's look at it less from like a technical
Your
like.
Man said, "I don't read that bant bullshit."
I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't care what Demir is doing. I don't care what Iz is doing. Whatever.
Yeah.
But like, let's look at it less maybe from and maybe I'm like. It's not the end shitification and destruction of the color pie and of things. Like, let's look at it from like yes, the inevitable power creep. We're in 2025. This game's been out for over 30 years since before I was born. Like, this game is 1 year older than I am, you know, like, so let's look at it from there, right? Like, it's found its niche in the grand scheme of things. Red being able to look into artifacts means that a lot of these Boros legends also get that part of the pie when, you know, if you really want to sit down with it, like if red and blue are the artifact colors, they go about it differently, and red's got its niche, and therefore we get to see it here, where we get like Ragast and Nahiri Forged in Fury, and Mabel here to Cragflame, and Oskir, and so on, right? So we got more of a mechanical certainty in its niche, probably better than most color combinations, especially when it comes to like equipment. We got vehicle stuff where as much like praise as we can give, like what the fuck, Greasefang holding up the pillar of Orzhov vehicles. Like Boros is just having a bit of an easier time doing that by itself.
There's a couple commanders.
Boros's potential for explosive wins has gone up, and so you don't have to rely on other combos to like end up doing the same thing. Like we're getting a lot of multiplicative effects, not just in the Boros like as a color pair, but like in red in general. Red's been getting super juiced in terms of explosive potential.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's like, and not factoring in Universes Beyond intruding in the space and giving us a near 50-50 split of legends to use. I'd say that now that WotC has its eyes on like multiplayer play, they are less likely to like quote unquote hold it back, and they're also finding more ways of tapping into the multiplayer aspect to get that scaled up effect, like Duke, Elder Ravengard giving another creature Myriad, which encourages you to send creatures off to all three of your opponents.
Yeah.
Akiri, Fearless Voyager, and I'm trying to think of another one off the top of my head, but I don't really have it. But basically anything that's like, hey, go send your creatures off to all of your opponents to get this scaling up effect that if you're in the 1v1, it's not going to be as impactful. So it doesn't impact constructed play as much as it does multiplayer. And then it's like, when I'm sitting down here and I joke about being Johnny Mardu and everything, right? Like, despite all the bonuses that we've gotten over the years in red and in white, we still have to play catch up in terms of like mana. Like if you are doing landfall anything in Boros, you still have to rely on effects that recur your fetch lands to go like we still have a lot of catch up effects of like, hey, if someone's ahead of you, you can put a land to your hand or put a land to the battlefield or whatever. So we're not 100% in parity in that regard. So when we play to Boros' strengths, then from like a surface level look, like, yeah, we're finally at parity. We have card advantage out the wazoo. We can finish games off. We got ways to combo out that doesn't have to rely on like blue or black to like help facilitate it. Like it can just be done while still having like a very aggressive stint with like equipment and everything, so we could put pressure kind of like on both ends. And of course, we're still burning people's faces out, probably better than everyone else, without even having to touch people with combat, right? I'd say that like, and we're not even talking about treasures or like I'm not even factoring like treasures into the mix of this and how like that may not make that easier. Like we've managed, I think it's like now that the designers have been able to like really re-examine what it means, like, okay, slap on card draw or impulse or whatever, right? Like our foot's in the door, and we still, and it's easier to find your wins or play a good commander or whatever, but we're still lacking a lot of the tools that either other color combinations or even just individual colors can get. We're not really going to be interacting on the stack in terms of like a counterspell war. We got Tybalt's Trickery and Reprieve, but it's not an outright counterspell. There's always like these additional conditions tied to it. Chef's Kiss, stuff like that, right? So it's just the niche has been more defined, and Boros is still its own thing with its own reputation, but it's still pretty hard to beat the likes of Simic bullshit. And like, what is it going to be doing versus what Dimir is going to be doing if we're looking at it from a color pairing versus like a wedge pairs and everything. We still got enough definition to stand on without feel like we're encroaching in too many other places of what other color combos are doing.
I like it. Yeah. I think you're right about a lot of that. Like Boros is, I think it's gained more than it's lost in all this. Like it definitely lost its like kind of, it used to be like defined by struggle, and like it lost its underdog status, I think, a little bit. Which in some ways was fun, because like back in the day, like when I was playing Boros, like I was known as the Boros person because like nobody was playing Boros, and so it was kind of fun. Like being Boros was inherently hipster, and it's very like, it's basically against the grain. It's like anti-establishment because everybody was becoming more and more aware of like the keys to winning which Boros was not doing. So like playing Boros was like this act of defiance, and like it was like it's kind of cute or like endearing, like a stubborn Boros player. And so I think it's like it's lost a little of that. It lost a little of its pride and like doing the best with, but I think it's gained a lot. And it's gained so much, so many good commanders. And instead of being defined by struggle, it's being defined more by fun and power, and I think that's
better. Quinn, what do you think?
I'm not super qualified to weigh in on its identity over the entire length of time because I only know Boros when it's good.
No, yeah, fair enough, fair point.
For me, it's kind of just like, I don't think it's lost a whole lot. It has pretty much been the attack colors to me, and even the things that they are doing to diversify from that, the more graveyard-focused lore hold strategies, a lot of them still gave some kind of combat buff.
Yeah.
And that speaks to me in a way of like, hey, you can maybe, I don't know, do archaeology with your knives.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, all of that speaks to me as like, I don't think it's lost a whole lot. Like even the fucking Sammy, who's just like a perfect Metal Storm deck, has double strike.
Yeah, they just can't help themselves. But you know what? As they should. Boros is
like get in there and attack, please.
Yeah, Boros should be what it's always been, I think.
Yeah, I think we've just gotten a bunch of tools that make killing people more ruthlessly effective, and that is, I'm here for it. I'm raising my hand enthusiastically. Yes, sign me up for another helping of that.
Yeah. How do you feel about this little overview of Boros Legends?
I think this was fucking lit. I cannot wait to listen to this back on the podcast.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like, I think from at least my perspective, we're like, oh wow, 50% of all the legends are from Universes Beyond, and like, yes, okay, that's obviously an indication of where Magic's going.
And that's only since Universe Beyond started.
And obviously, who knows where we're going, because we're coming up to over 50% ratio for next year. And we're getting like Strixhaven and whatever the fuck is going on, and like Reality Shift for standard sets. At the same time, it does, as I was kind of like a little bit early on the Boros train when I was trying new things like before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And I do feel a little more validated in choosing it as like one of my favorite color combinations.
Yeah, dude.
Like, say what you will, like, oh, now we've got card draw on the zone and all this other crazy shit. Yeah, we're also spooking the shit out of people when we're going to combat in ways that like, even Green's like, God damn, they got to do that to get a fraction of our power, but by God, they're fucking gonna kill us. And then of course, I got Odric. I got the Odric deck in the corner, just
Bloodric,
being like, you can take a fucking like really bad legend,
hell yeah,
and create a solid foundation where everyone's like, this man cannot have 20 blood tokens on the battlefield. We can't allow this.
Yeah, yeah. I think that makes Boros is unique. I think still in the sense that it has a more defined like journey and story than any of the other guilds. Like just being total laughingstock, a total meme, and like evolving into something way different. Like I just don't really see Orzhov going through that same journey. Like Orzhov has really always been really laser focused, like like on doing like aristocrats, like, and nobody's really questioned it. And Simic has always been good, and Simic bullshit. Nobody's really like gone through that character arc that Boros has gone through, and so I think it's still my favorite color pair, like till I die. Like I freaking love Boros, and so it's kind of fun to think about it. But I don't know, even as I'm talking about Boros, maybe I'm wrong about the other color pairs, and somebody should give me a history on Rakdos.
I just feel as if if you've always been a Boros believer before you've been getting like the juice, it's easy to kind of still claim and cling to that underdog mentality.
Yeah.
And
I was
we
into
still
Boros
have
before it was good.
Right, yeah.
and we
that's
still have like and we still have like a
every hipster's
boatload,
dream.
and we still have a boatload of legends that like either they've been power crept out or they're printed at a lower rarity because like they're the cornerstone draft for the archetype. And it's like you still have room to like really dabble with those legends and kind of to prove a point. Like you don't need to put Aurelia the Law above or any of these other like crazy juiced Boros cards in the zone. Like you can take a step back and do something just, you know, as powerful as it was in the yesteryear, and have a good time with it because you're exploring the space that isn't as well walked as a lot of the other ones.
Yeah. Just like as a tiny little add-on, I have other random fun facts that I was like like data points that I collected doing our research. Did you want to hear them?
Yes.
Sure, let's go through it before we wrap it up.
Sweet. Okay, so we talked about Firesong and Sunspeaker, first non-attacking Boros legend. He is the
Mhm.
20th Boros legend. Or they,
Damn.
because there's two of them.
Wow. Oh, okay. It was that. I guess it was that few at that point.
So yeah, like so this is really just gonna crystallize like that proliferation of legends since 2018. Because remember, Dominaria was the first set where they had uncommon legends and like a lot of legends. So everybody was like, "Whoa, this is a lot." So that they're the 20th, and since then there's been 104 new Boros legends. So that's putting us at 124 strictly Boros legends. Add to that 111 combinations of partners, backgrounds, doctors, etc. So that's 235. So
pretty crazy.
That's crazy. And most of those are coming, most of those 111 combinations are coming after 2018. It puts the midpoint of Boros Legends in 2023 with Othari Sun's Glory. Which I think
is a card and a fucking half.
So like that's just kind of like Phyrexia All will be one that's the midway point, or I guess like the mean of number of Boros Legends, like it's number 50 whatever, like or it's number 62 basically.
That was the tipping point kind of thing where it's like,
so it's like, and that was 2023. That's only 2 years ago. Like it's just kind of weird to think about.
Magic time doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's like it's just everything has gone so fast. There are 9 commanders in the Boros color ID that are not strictly Boros in their mana cost. We're talking.
Just
yeah, like they flip or they have an activated ability. So we got Archangel
Raya,
Avacyn,
Jorkadine, Akiri,
Mila Luca, the MDFC, Augusta Plarg, Zabaz, the Glimmer Wasp, colorless. Ken and Ryu, like the Street Fighter characters. Argus Cost, Eternal Soldier, Kellen the Fey-Blooded, and a Johnny Docketal Pariah. Let's see, more fun fact. Yeah, since Jim Hopper, so since Universe Beyond, 40 out of 80 legends, 39 out of 80 legends have been Universe Beyond. And then, oh yeah, another like pop quiz. You know how Boros is like kind of like heavy on like tokens and like cares about tokens? What do you guys think the first Boros legend that created a token was?
Oh shit. Like any token or like creature token?
A token at all.
It can't be Odric Blood Cursed. It can't be. That's not right.
Yeah,
it's got to be
little before that.
Oh,
I'm thinking it's either Hoffrey or Quintorius from Strixhaven.
Yeah, it's both of them. Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, it was just before. It was earlier that year or whatever.
And it's weird because like Boros like had like it was a good token colors because like anthems.
Yeah, we
and,
love
like,
Go Wide
and
Aggro and
Go Wide
Boros,
but none of the commanders made tokens, which I thought was funny. Some of them buffed all your creatures, so like that's good for tokens.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, good old Jorkadine or whatever.
Yeah, you're like, Offrey is the first to create a token. I don't know. I just found to be Just found it to be funny.
Wild.
Just the fun facts.
And Hoffrey mages are allergic to combat.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
dude. That +1/+1
He gives you
trample
such
and
good keywords.
trample and
Yeah,
flight
it's
is
crazy.
bonkers.
It's trample and
Yeah.
haste. I think,
Oh, trample and
but
haste. Yeah,
still.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I was gonna be, if it gave flying, I'd be like, holy shit.
Trample
dude.
and haste,
Like,
trample and
I'm still spooky, but yeah.
I was playing a 5-color spirits deck with
fun.
the like Dragon Kami and
Yeah.
Hoffrey and the
Oh,
99
yeah.
and the like shrines and stuff, and then I'm like swinging with these hasty dragons that have trample and the glorious anthem, and they're like, where are they getting haste from? And I'm just Hoffrey.
Hoffrey, bro.
He's got
Hoffrey's
that
the
whole
G.
line of text that you forgot about.
Yeah, that shit. My Hoffrey deck was really mean. I made basically a theft and sack deck. So
I'm very familiar.
I'd steal your big ass green creature and then hit you with it and then sack it.
And then make a copy.
And then make a copy of it, and then everybody would be mad.
Yep.
But what are you gonna do? I got 2 rounds of Selfless Spirit to to get through, like absolute insanity. But yeah, anyway, that's my Boros soapbox.
I'm snapping appreciatively. This ruled.
Oh, thanks.
Damn. Also, Sons, welcome to the longest episode group, a very exclusive
Oh shoot.
group of people that were like, let's yap for over 3.5 hours, and you, by God, you fucking did it. Good
Not
job.
the monster, dude. Oh no.
Oh, you know, it's just because you got that Boros in your blood.
I know,
You
I
gotta
could-
get it out of you.
I could do this all day, dude.
Fucking worth it, dude.
Very Captain America
All right.
mentality.
Sons, thank you for coming through.
Thanks for the invite.
And yeah, it was super fun. Glad we got to be able to do this before you got right back into the swing of things with school.
Yeah. Thanks.
Do you have social media?
Not that I'm like, not for like Magic stuff. I kind of keep my social media for friends and family. So if you
Hell
see
yeah.
me on a Discord, I'm Sons. I mean, I guess you can look up Sons or Sons Champ on Tapped Out or Architect or whatever. But honestly,
Yeah, well,
I kinda
we'll
stay-
be sharing the.
I stay kind of
the
anonymous a
Camino.
little bit. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can follow
Don't
me
worry,
on
we'll
whatever.
take the spotlight. It's fine.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
yeah, as
It'll
you
do
should.
wonders for my ego.
Don't follow me. Follow Cole. Follow Quinn.
Yeah, hang out in some discords that we're in, and Sons will be around occasionally. That's
Mhm.
your best bet.
Yeah. I get
and then as
I get summoned whenever somebody says humble defector.
That's true. Yeah, if you want to have a
There's-
conversation with Sons, I need you to put like a summoning circle, and I need a humble defector in the middle.
So, Sons, what do you think about Zidane as a commander?
Zidane.
We don't have time for that. That's
We don't
a joke.
have time. It's not enough.
As for us, as usual, Quinn and I are hosting over at MTG Lexicon, the Dive Bar VDH, usually every Saturday, palling around. You can find me at the Bloodrick Guy on Bluesky, Curl Deck Energy for Quinn, HBVC-MTG on Bluesky as well for all of our social media and reposting and shit like that. Occasional shit posts included.
Yeah.
And as usual, please share this podcast with your friends and maybe not your family and maybe your enemy. And that is on YouTube and where podcasts are available as usual. So someone's got something, they can listen to it. Promise me. I know they can. I believe in them.
Yeah, share the podcast with somebody who's allergic to combat.
Let us seep into their brain and change their brain chemistry. All right. That's it. That's the episode. We'll see you next time.
Later, gamers.
Happy New Year.
Bye.